Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of Gaming After Dark, your Rated M podcast, coming at you live. I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Noof Nukem in the room. Yes, it's going to be a dynamite show tonight, and let me tell you, for a lot of reasons. One, because we have a stacked panel, and two, because, well, I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I don't know what the fuck has been going on. I don't know if it's social media driving me nuts. I don't know. But either which way, I'm ripping, roaring, and ready to go. Can't wait to get into the topics and all the rest of that shit. First of all, before I even introduce my panel and our esteemed guest, big shout out to Mr. No Show himself, Attack the Glitcher. Motherfucker didn't show up again. Holy fuck, man. No wonder this guy's having trouble with relationships. Fucking, he never shows up on time. Girls don't like that shit. Glitcher, get your act together, bro. Anyway, man, we miss you. We hope all is well. We miss you,
brother. Come on, man.
Damn, dude. All right. Anyway. So let's get this show on the road. Great chat already here. We'll get to them in just a moment, but let's introduce my incredible fucking panel. And let's start with the one, the only, the amazing, the loud and proud, the man who brings that common back to sense. It's Titan Drago.
What's up, everyone? This is going to be the debut week of Drago's Corner. It's going to be a weekly skit where I call out either a random alter ego from either Noof or Mag. And you know what? Chat hype is always welcome. And your word will have the power to change the fight, potentially change the matchup before the fight begins. And you guys will also be the judges of the fight. We're going to throw, comments back and forth at each other, and you guys will rate at the end of each round. We're going to do 3 2-minute rounds, and you guys will be the judges, and we'll come up with a winner at the end. And every week we'll do a new match, or maybe you guys want to see someone go off against someone. Maybe you want to see Tony versus, one of Noof's guys, whoever Noof may bring along. So.
Yeah, what was the weirdo that Noof brought out there a while back? That was a fucking guy. Hey, that fucking guy? Oh yeah, maybe Cletus. Yeah, Cletus might have a thing to say or two.
Yeah, Cletus. Anyone. So you guys have the power to do that, and we'll see how it rolls. We'll see how the skit goes, and I can't wait to get started tonight. Welcome, Jago. Welcome, Invader, and a big old welcome to no other guests, huh?
Yes, that guy who's very quiet in the corner. Yes. All right. Let's get to my other amazing and loud and charismatic panel member, the one we know as the Mag. Yes, he is here. He's ready to go. And don't worry, his alter ego, Tony Bologna, is on standby, and I'm sure he is fired up as usual. What's happened to Mag?
Well, no, he's not on standby. He's sitting right next to me, just waiting. Yeah. Every single drool that comes out of Titan's mouth tonight is going right into the ammunition clip, right? So I'm getting ready for that tonight. Anyways, Jago, Invader, Noof, Titan, chat, guys, it's so awesome to be here tonight. I missed my show last night because I've been playing single dad all week, but that's all good. So you know what? I'm back. I'm ready to podcast tonight. We have a great show. And by the way, Titan, remember what Tony said last week? When Noof introduces you, just say hi and move on. All right? No one needs the 5-minute intro. It's 10:06 already. Anyways, guys, let's have a great show. Sorry, I had to fire the first shot.
Oh, it's good. Sounds like the pipe is ripe. Yes. What's going on, Attack the Glitcher? Anyway, let's give it up for, as our Rob said in the chat, this is going to be a Game Dosage throwback. Well, kind of. At least we have at least 3/3 of that old panel. That was a great podcast back in the day.
Yes,
I miss these guys. I was glad to have at least 2 of them here with me. The one, the only, everybody's favorite internet ninja, Jago Kuken. What's up, brother?
Hi, how you doing? I'm the Invader. I don't want Tony Bologna to get mad at me.
Don't worry, he's already mad. It's all good.
Seriously. When you hit me up, it's like, would you want to come on? Glitch gonna be on. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then I was like, well, my Glitcher may not show up, but I'll show up anyway. So whatever, fuck Glitcher. No, I'm kidding. But I'm glad. I'm just happy to be here with you guys, man. It's been too long. Appreciate the invite, brother.
Oh, glad to have you here, man. Our show's always fun when you're here. And the next mofo is also a brother of mine, and glad to have him here. It's been a few weeks or a few months probably since he's made his appearance on this podcast. And you know what? This guy, we might as well call him the piggy bank because he just makes too much friggin' sense. Invader Gaming.
Whoa, hey man, thanks for the accolades there. Damn, that's pretty cool. I didn't know I would get that right out the gate. Yeah, guys, hey, it's Invader Gaming from the TXR podcast, formerly of the Game Dosage, and I'm really happy to spend time with Noof, Jago, and of course Titan Drago and Mag. Looking forward to just talking about all the crazy shit that's been going on in the gaming industry and all the other stuff. But hey, it's great to see you guys in the chat. You're very lively right off the bat. So, hey, let's get this started. I won't eat up too much time.
Okay. And like I said, because we have a big panel, lots of topics, guys, I'm not going to be constantly shouting at the chat tonight. So I'm going to give you the first props right off the get-go, guys. And we got one of our favorite guests who comes in each and every week. The man who brings the doghouse, a park, and a bite. That is Mr. Doggy Dog, who also drops the first super chat of the night. He is dropping bank once again. Doggy Dog, 420, dropping $1.99. Good evening, panel and chat. Thanks, Doggy Dog. Appreciate you being here. Let's give a big shout out. We got Spider-Man 356 HTK, Fun Speculation. Cerebral Paul is hanging out with us. Timothy Dixon is here as well. We got Kylo Milo. What's going on? Who else we got going? Chase Jones is in the house. What's happening, brother? We have got one of my best friends in the real world. That is Mr. Ryan Galloway. What's happening, Ryan? We got Dre Venero here as well. What's going on, Dre Venero? Let's see who else we got going on here. I got some crap going on my screen. Let's go on here. Let's get on. We got Toolman 55. Look, Invader Gaming, he's even in the chat. He said he's a magician. Our Rob is here. What's going on, brother? We got Crispy Rambo. Assassin Lupa's in the house. Assassin Lupa, welcome back, sister. Glad that all is well and that you're back at it. We certainly missed you. Lethal Papa. Yes, the chat stopper. Yes, he doesn't have the band hammer on this podcast, but hey, if he ever decides he wants to be a mod, he's certainly welcome to it. We know he keeps the trolls in the holes. Joe Dunmore, what's going on? Hey, go ahead there, Middle Mag. You got
Joe Dunmore.
I love it. Every time he says somebody says it like him. Sean Carpenter's hanging out with us. What's going on? Yes. Jesus. All right. Did Dog get it? Okay. Thought he dropped another super chat. I was going to say, what the hell? He's going Juno's 23, Game Genie Prime. We got Cray Simmons. What's going on, Cray? Long time no see, brother. How you doing? I think I've caught up with just about everybody. ACS Husk is in the house. Yes. Chief Trouble is here. Chef Trouble, sorry. Chief Trouble. Chef Trouble. Chief. All right. We got a great HTK. What's happening, brother? Good to see you. All right. We're caught up with everybody. Let's get going. Let's real quick talk about something that Google's been contemplating with YouTube, and that is getting rid of the dislike button. I can see somebody's already hit one already this week, so that didn't take long.
Wow. It was me. I was testing it. Sorry.
Yeah, let's hide that.
I was going to say it must have been the Titan Drago challenge. So from last week, he's like, somebody got to hit that down like button.
How are we ever going to tell if people don't like me anymore?
Well, exactly. We had two, and then it went down. What the heck? Somebody's playing with us here, guys. Get your percolators in the house, right on. Iceman LMH, what's going on? So yeah, what do you guys think about this? I mean, I'm just going to start and just say, as a content creator, I mean, look, it's kind of like bad reviews, when it comes to the Metacritic. Like, I think there has to be a certain criterion to just kind of, even for the likes, really, to be honest with you, it should be like you have to at least stay a certain length of time, like 10 minutes into a podcast, or you have to watch a certain level before you can start doing it. Because I think some people, like I said, there's a lot of hate out there, and some people just pop it way too easy just because, I don't like that podcast, or I'm going to show up to this podcast just to hit the down button and the down thumbs. And sometimes, you know what? Frankly, the content just stinks, and it deserves a down thumb. But I think most of the time it's just people doing it because they don't like a person on the panel, or they don't like the podcast, or whatever it might be. Glenn McLaughlin, what's going on? It was me. I'm a joker. So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, is it even important? Does anybody really care? I just kind of told you what I feel about it. Personally, it doesn't make a big difference, but I mean, we always like thumbs up is always nicer, but at the same,
I just say this: if you don't, I've never hit a thumbs down button because I don't go places or shows I don't like. So for me, the thumbs down button don't exist. I only go to places or shows I want to watch. And most time I'll thumb it up, and sometimes I forget because I'm driving or whatever, but I'll thumb it up. I try my best. But I mean, why would you go somewhere? That's like these people on social media or whatever. Just like the lady with the Band-Aids yesterday. Jesus fucking Christ. But why would you go somewhere just to be a dick and thumb something? I don't understand people like that. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I just it blows my mind with how some people, just show up somewhere to be a dick, and that's basically how I look at it.
I have to ask you quickly about that, Jago, because I think you're thinking of what I'm thinking about, the Band-Aid lady, and I think this is part of the reason I was in a bad mood today, because I'm getting way too tired of this crap. The teacher one.
Yes.
Talking about the color of fucking Band-Aids now.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, let's be honest, guys. Social media is really out of control.
It's a fucking joke now.
Yeah, like with regards to the whole like thumbing up, thumbing down, I mean, being a content creator for 4 or 5 years now, hey, I get a bunch of likes and I get a bunch of dislikes every now and then. I mean, sometimes you just got to have the stones to put up with it. I don't mind getting a couple of dislikes, because honestly, if I can't take that criticism, that doesn't really say much about me.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, like to me, it's very inconsequential, because it's just like, again, it's just YouTube. It's a platform, right? I can go to other platforms, other social media sites, and they have something similar. But I mean, okay, there's all this obsession about getting likes, and I get it. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't want to curate it just because I want to see it to make myself look good. Like it's another way of people. Okay, sure, there are the occasional times where people mass mob videos, right, to downvote things, but hey, maybe there's a reason for that. Or maybe just people, maybe they're not liking what you're doing with your content lately, just a way to kind of curate your work at the same time. I don't know, it's having people like your viewers being able to, I don't want to say influence you, but again, like just a very simple way. Let's say they don't put a comment. It's just a simple way of them like, hey, maybe that's not the best thing that you did. Hey, and you know what? Pretty soon, hey, maybe they'll be able to just do this something similar to comments. I mean, technically you can get rid of comments too, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. How those Metacritic ones that they skewed turned off all the negative comments and shit. Like, yeah, you're totally right, though, Invader, what you said there. Anyone else? Titan, you're probably the proprietor of the thumbs down button, I'm sure. So maybe it was your idea.
Yeah. Well, to me, the down thumbs, it serves many purposes, really. And, like many people look at that like to dislike ratio, to save some time. If a video has a lot more down thumbs than up thumbs, then I generally will stay away from that video, and that's a good tool, and it's technically probably saving them some down thumbs in the long run as well. Because if I watch that video and don't like it, I'll down thumbs it as well. So I like this tool, and I don't like them hiding it. I mean, if the name, if the creator of the video isn't Crap Gamer, I mean, because we're all going to look at his video and it's like, well, I think we all know how, that guy can get some down thumbs.
We know where that's going to go.
But I mean, there's plenty of ways to fix this problem, because the problem they're trying to avoid is people being targeted, like you guys said. And if this is their way to try to fix that, I don't like how. So, because communication has to go around if someone's being targeted, right? And there's social media out there, they're still going to get targeted. People just aren't going to see it. And I don't understand this. I think there's more to it than that. Maybe they're trying to save some people's feelings, and that's just part of this kind of snowflake world we live in, I think, maybe again. But if someone's going to get targeted, hiding this is not going to fix that problem. Yeah. People are still going to communicate on social media. They're still going to mass down thumbs whoever they, people are that big of losers, and then and they'll stop at no lengths to do that.
I guess my question, guys, if I could throw it out there, is this more targeted for the individual content creators, or is it for maybe like corporations, for example? Like I've seen, I don't want to say mobs, but like, for example, you look at, Disney's put out a few videos out, and like for Star Wars, for example, and Star Wars hasn't had the best the best roads as of late, the past couple of years. So
I just look at it like it's too like if YouTube's hiding the downvotes. It just makes YouTube look that much better, no matter what channel it is. Too looks better for monetary wise. That's where I'm thinking it's going to. Like every show's phenomenal. You need to jump on YouTube and watch every freaking thing. So that's how I'm looking at it too.
How about you, Meg? What do you think about the old thumbs down button perhaps getting sort of nixed per se?
Look, there's about 6 different avenues you can go down with this one. And everybody on the panel who said something, and also all the people in the chat, and even Cerebral Paul's comment here that's highlighted here.
Yes.
Downvoting is abused, 100%.
Yes.
So now you have to look at it from this way. Maybe it's also the Metacritic situation. Where people go and they review bomb a game and stuff, and like the fucking game's not even out yet, or it just came out that day. Not one of those pricks bought it, but because something upset them, okay, their fragile little souls, they had to go and put 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star on every single review. And all of a sudden you look at it. Remember that whole thing? There was also the Sony thing. Death Stranding was another one. Yeah. They review bombed the living shit out of that.
Yep.
Now, the thing is, who's looking at this though? Like, now this is the other avenue I want to go down. So maybe they're trying to avoid those kind of situations, like that Metacritic situation. Now I want to go down this road. If you've got viewership, and what the fuck does it matter if people put it up a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Like if you've got 10,000 views on something, who fucking cares? Like for example, why do they even bother? Like I know why they do it. Okay, I know why they do it. Like bigger corporations, like Invader was saying. There's the other thing is that. My God, sorry, I just saw that highlighted comment. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the other thing is like you look at these big corporations like Netflix and stuff like that. They use it for their metrics, right? So that they look at it and they're like, all right, we had 3 million people watch Stranger Things season 3. There were 800,000 downvotes, 2.2 million upvotes, whatever, right? They look at those kind of things, but do they really gauge whether they're going to do a season 4 on something like that? No, because you know what they're going to do it on? They're going to base it on the number of subscriptions and the number of people who actually tuned in to watch the show, whether they love it or they hate it. So the upvotes and downvotes mean absolutely nothing in the end of the day. As long as people have tuned in, they've made their money. If the eyeballs are on it, they've made their money. So I don't really understand what the difference is. Maybe, I don't know, if someone's going to look at it and say, oh, I got 5 downvotes, maybe I should change my content. No, don't change anything. Do what you went to do or going to do, especially YouTube. Go what you were going to do. Follow your vision. Okay, focus, stay focused. Don't worry about it because not everybody's going to like everything. You could get like, some of the greatest movies of all time. Let's just say like The Godfather. Okay, let's just pick one out of a hat, or Goodfellas or something. You could put 100 people in the movie theater. Not all 100 people are going to say that was one of the greatest gangster movies ever. Or you put a cheeseburger in front of everybody, and cheeseburger is one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, but you know that one prick is in the corner is going to go, it sucks. And it's like, why? So what does it matter? You cannot please everybody. So by removing it or keeping it there, what is the difference at the end of the day? Right. You've got the eyeballs on your channel. You're getting the traffic through there. If they use it for some stupid YouTube algorithm, I hope you're listening, YouTube. If they use it for some kind of algorithm, that's on them. But I mean, I don't know. I don't get it.
That's most definitely what they're using it for. I can guarantee you, man.
Yeah, it's like they use it for their algorithm. They're like, oh, this guy's got too many downvotes, therefore, it's not going to draw enough traffic.
So do you guys think perhaps it's some of the bigger channels, the bigger companies that are on YouTube, that perhaps it's something that they may have implemented or even sort of recommended because maybe it's the way their channel is perceived, especially channels that are often controversial. They have a lot of the likes and dislikes. And we've seen in the past, like with places like Sony and even Microsoft, not so much Microsoft as much, but we saw with Sony, and we saw a few other places do it where they basically had the comments disabled, and a lot of that stuff was all disabled on their videos. So
I've seen that, especially controversial ones.
Yeah, especially, it's a hype game coming out and they're trying to show off a video, and of course you got people that hate it, something like that Stranding. So they turn all that stuff off and they want that stuff taken away. So people coming into that video aren't going, wow, people must really hate this game because look at all the down thumbs. You know what I mean? So you think it's got something perhaps to do with the way sites are perceived, not so much the small YouTubers like me or anybody else, but for the big ones, the ones that all the eyes are on deck. I mean, if you got 1 million followers, that's generally a lot of views in the run of a week.
So you're saying like more self-serving?
Yeah.
Like it's more self-serving, like they're trying to preserve their product from getting, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so like, sorry, Titan, I know you're about to say something. I'm just going to get this out of my system quick. So I see what you're saying. It's more self-serving, especially for those bigger sites, the corporations, that kind of thing. So maybe they aren't going to use it as a metric. Like I was thinking, like I said, that's just one avenue. Okay, once again, the example, the Netflix. Who gives a fuck what you rate it? Because if 20 million people watched it, they don't care, right? So what are they using it for? What is the rating system for?
It's even like I don't know if you guys are familiar with a lot of Facebook businesses do it now. You know, they do a lot of advertising on Facebook, and they actually get rid of the actual, like, what they'll do is they'll go and delete all those negative comments, so that way their star ratings always stay high and the percentage.
Sony did that. That's what I was getting at.
Must be awesome, right?
Actually, last year Sony removed all those negative comments about Death Stranding. Yeah, and they removed something like 100,000 or whatever the hell it was, negative comments and reviews off the site because they claimed it was they were just review bombs. And I mean, hey, you know what? If it was honest, which I don't believe Sony, but I mean, if it was honest, then they say, okay, fine. But here's the problem: how the hell can you tell?
Yeah,
what's a review bomb and what's actually legitimate?
You can
exactly. So it's impossible. It's impossible to decipher what the reasoning behind it is, but I'm thinking what Noof was saying there is that it is more self-serving, so that it preserves whatever product they're trying to sell, whether it's a game, whether it's a movie, whether it's whatever, whether a product for your home, something, and it would prevent people thinking twice about maybe that sale or that purchase. Excuse me.
So, I need to chime in here. So, this is interesting how this dropped today too. So, it kind of goes hand in hand. So, earlier today, Xbox announced their games with gold, and they put a video out, guys. They do that each month, to advertise what games are coming, and it is getting downvoted to hell right now. It's at like 44%. It's not looking good.
I'm not surprised.
And no, nobody's surprised. I mean, okay, personally, there's a couple. I could go either way with a couple of the games, but I understand where the reaction is, and it's like, well, would it be right for Xbox not to show that? Should people be able to show their dislike for this?
Yeah. You can show your dislike for something as long as you do it in a respectful way.
No, of course, but even just just thumbing though. I mean, is that disrespectful? Come on, you have to show them some way.
Like I said, the whole thumb thing, I can really give a shit about the thumbs down thing. I just think it's fucking stupid, but it's all about, I think, just like I said, I think it's all about YouTube trying to increase their revenue, but
Mag mentioned sensitive souls.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it's scary how sensitive people are nowadays. And yes, I'm going to refer to Smite yet again, because let me tell you, I'm just going to speak from my experience in Smite. I've seen it all. I've seen people become insanely toxic. I've seen people stop playing because someone didn't do something they wanted them to, or they didn't like the god they picked, or they didn't like, they did, or they didn't want to share XP on a lane. And it's absurd how touchy people are. These people stop playing and become toxic because one little thing happens that they don't like. It's crazy. It's maddening. And it drives me up the wall. Whatever happened to having, thick skin? Because I'm telling you, it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it does in the real world. You just have to wait for them to get there.
I got thick skin from my dad whooping my ass so many times when I was little. I think that's what's wrong with the world today. Too many putting your ass in the corner and take your toys away, but that's not real punishment. So
let me tell you something though. I work with a lot of younger people work for me, actually, like teenagers and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. When they first come in there, it's unbelievable how coddled they are at even 17, 18, 19 years old.
Yes.
But here's the thing though. Once you've entered my realm, now I'm a nice guy, okay? And I'm the nicest, trust me, I am the nicest executive chef you're ever going to find. I don't yell at people. I don't do any of that bullshit. I'm not like those assholes you see on TV throwing frying pans. I don't do any of that stuff.
You're Gordon Ramsay.
You're not like Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, and I don't do any of that stuff. And I don't even get angry. It's not even fucking worth it at the end of the day. And on top of it, you know what? You don't get good production out of your people. However, there are real world consequences. So what happens is when the gentle souls get out into the real world and they realize they fuck up more than a few times, listen, no one's going to yell at you, but you're fired. And you're going to get fired. And that's all there is to it. And you should see the look on their face. You know how many people I've actually seen, not by me, I haven't fired them, like, front of house management or other upper management, whatever, fire like somebody. Their fucking parents come in.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God, I go, guys, it's not school. What, like, you're not getting called to the principal's office.
Let me speak to the principal now.
I swear to God, the parents will show up and go, why did my son get fired? And I'm like, bitch, it's not elementary school. Get the fuck out of here. It's the real world. Your son sucked. Get the fuck out. So anyway, the gentle souls, man, they don't, you know what? Trust me. They will make it in the long run. When they'll make it in the long run once they get exposed to what the real world is like. But I really don't think that that's why this thumbs up, thumbs down thing is happening. I was just spitballing some ideas, right? So you know.
They're about to update the rules and regulations of the internet here coming up shortly. And my thing is one of the things that they're trying to do is dodge misinformation, and that's where we need to go, because like I think like a rating system per account needs to be kind of implemented, right? Because information, has never been, it's never been more ubiquitous than it is now, and with that comes with the morons and their misinformation, because there's more misinformation out there than ever before as well. So that is something that needs to happen sooner than later, and I'm gonna tell you, not a lot of people are like realizing that how big of an issue that is misinformation and misleading people.
Indeed. Yo, is anybody here on the panel good at doing a boombox? The beatbox? No. Throw us down a beat. All right, games with gold. Games with gold. Games we never heard of and games that are old. Part of the month, I have my worst fears. I'm going to see some games that we haven't played in years. I don't know what the fuck happened, but Microsoft made Game Pass, and ever since then, the fucking games were always ass. The rest of this rap is going to be coming soon.
Fresh.
There you go. Rest of the rap to come soon, guys. There you go. Shit. Why can all Canadians rap? I don't know. I don't know if that was rap or not. Oh, jeez. Anyway.
Well, it's Canadian rap, so C rap. Oh boy, look where I went.
Oh God.
C rap. No.
Hey, I'm Canadian. I can say that.
That's right. Sometimes I keep forgetting that Invader is also Canadian. Wow, fucking 3 Canadians on this panel. That's a record. There you go. Infinite, what's going on, man? The original Next Level Gaming's in the house. What's going on? Wow, Bates is here. The Doctor, Death the Kid. What's going on? Yeah, baby. That was good. Where's that dislike button? It's down below. It looks like a thumb. I was going to say, for Gaming After Dark, we should ask Google to change it to like a mature theme. So it'd be like penis up, penis down. What do you think?
you remember those? Noof, I'm sure you're old enough to remember these. Remember the ratings they used to have in like the Hustler magazines? It'd be like, this movie got 4 hard-ons out of 5.
Yes.
I remember those are fucking hilarious, man. And they should have that for us. Yeah, it's like, oh, this week's episode had 73 hard-ons.
Jago be going back through his old Hustler magazines now just to check it out.
Come on, man. It was a thing.
The pages are all stuck together.
Yeah, exactly.
And why is there stuff cut out, Jago?
You know why they leave out a lot of the old ladies out of the porno mags? Because their tits will start on one page and end on the last one. Oh, shit. There you go, guys. The only kind of content you find on Gaming After Dark. All right. Any more thoughts on this whole thing, or shall we just move the boat?
Let's move on.
Let's move the boat. Yeah. All right. Well, our next topic should take no more than 5 strokes to get to the hole. I'm talking about EA Sports bringing back the PGA Tour. I know Cerebral Paul, he loves the golf games. He's probably excited for that. I know I liked Rory McIlroy. Still my favorite golf game in the last while, better than the recent stuff. At least that's me. How do you guys feel about EA bringing back the PGA Tour license? I mean, I think a lot of us were thinking, well, didn't 2K get this shit? What's going on here? But apparently EA is bringing it back. And I've also heard that that 2K might be doing a PGA with Tiger Woods in the title. So how does that, how does that stroke your guys, the boats here, guys? Take it away. Who likes golf enough to talk on this one first?
I'm going to jump on this quick. I'm actually excited for it. You know why? Because way back in not way back. It wasn't that long ago. Oh yeah, it was that long ago. Shit. The 360 days. I used to buy the Tiger Woods games. I thought they were fucking great, man. I loved those games. Great graphics, great commentary. It was almost like the real deal thing. You know what I mean? And I really, really fucking enjoyed it. And if I didn't feel like getting into like a Gears of War or something, and I had a TV in my room at that time and whatever, and I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't feel like making a racket tonight. And all of a sudden, I just play golf. It was fucking great. It was fun. And I really enjoyed it. It was simple. Like I didn't find it to be overcomplicated. I hope they keep it the same and maybe model it sort of after even like the NHL thing, with like the trick stick and all that kind of stuff. And you can control the putter. I haven't played golf in like 14 years, by the way, like any golf games. But yeah, if they bring it out, I'm excited. I'll get it. Now, when did they say it's coming? Is it going to be next year or the year after?
Oh, no, it's just that they were bringing it back. I read the article.
So it'll
be no definitive date. It's probably a ways out, but it is good to see.
Probably 2 years.
I mean, for most of us, that's what we kind of grew up on was EA Sports. And I can't say unlike the other franchises, they haven't done golf to death. You know what I mean? Like for a while, they were making golfs annually, but over the last decade, I think we've only seen like 1 or 2 from EA or something like that. So
yeah, Well, I'm excited for it. I'll pick it up for sure.
Right? I'd play a golf video game. I'd rather watch Supersonic Stream fucking paint dry.
Come on, Jago. They're kind of fun, man. The graphics are great.
The only golf game I was ever enjoyed was Outlaw Golf. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Just not thinking of golf, man.
You never played Golden Tee in like the bars and shit?
Fuck no! I would throw that.
With the big spin the ball.
I wanted to pick that arcade machine up and throw it outside because it was a travesty of justice to have that up against real
How
games.
Could
in
you?
Arcade.
They were like 6 tons. Those things were huge.
I said I wanted to.
Didn't you think it was funny? You just watch and then you always watch the drunk guy do it, and he'd spin the wheel too fucking hard and smash his hand into the screen. Yeah, I used to love. Anyways, I loved it, man. I'm excited.
The real golfing thing. I mean, I'd rather play real golf. I haven't done it in a long, long time. I'd rather play real golf. Just golf video game. Jesus Christ. No, like I said, give me an outlaw golf, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like I'll admit, I don't play golf games usually, but I will say, and this is coming from somebody with Scottish in their blood. I should really like the sport. No, there is something to be said about mellow games and just being in a different kind of a mood when you're sitting down. Like sometimes you feel like, letting it out online and, shooting up the walls and whatnot. But
that's what she said.
but sometimes you just want to sit, you're just, you got a couple hours to kill and you're like, I don't really feel like getting into the usual stuff, or you just prefer something mellow, and that's totally fine. Like a game of golf, something where there's like not, there's a lot of focus, right? Because you have to focus, setting up your tee and whatnot, and like angles and so on. So, there is a lot of skill involved, but also just, again, it's a more calmer, mellower experience. And it just gets you into a totally different mindset and zone. So, hey, it's welcome EA coming back with this game series and getting back on the scene again. I think didn't they announce recently too that they were getting a football, like a college football back as well?
Yeah, college football is coming back as well. Yeah. And but is it EA or is it 2K?
Actually, I thought it was. I could have sworn it was EA, but I couldn't.
Okay, if it's EA, another interesting thing is, by the way, is that if it is EA and Microsoft, which I actually anticipate keeping them as EA Play as part of Game Pass. Hey, just saying, at some point, even if it's only a couple of months later, you're going to get that golf game and that college football game. right into Game Pass.
I remember when the story broke a couple weeks ago, but I can't remember for the life of me if it was EA or 2K now. Jesus.
Yeah, see, I was wondering because didn't 2K used to make college football at one point? The NCAA.
Yeah, whatever. As far as I remember, yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a par 5, Noof? So I hope you're ready for at least a bogey, right? Because we tend to go long on these topics. Every topic seems to go long, anyways. But man, I'll tell you what, I love these golf games, and you know what? One of the biggest reasons why is because playing online. That's freaking awesome with golf. I remember it was like a year ago at least. Stick Figure made an online league. And there was like a bunch of us in it, in the community, and we had a lot of fun with it. We did like an entire season, multiple different courses, and like I said, we didn't have to be online at the same time. You could just see where you're at in the leaderboards, and it would constantly update. That junk is awesome. They need to keep that same fidelity and maybe push that a little bit forward with some new nuances to it, because that's my favorite part about any golf game is doing it online with people from across the world doing the same thing. But you know what? There's always some mug that joins and gets like, eagles and albatrosses every goddamn hole. You know what I mean? And he's just dominating everyone. So it is important to keep like the playing field competitive. So like when I was like, I held a couple of leagues online. I would not be afraid to kick people. I'm like, sorry, man, you're too good. You gotta go. because once someone starts dominating, then people want to leave. They don't want to do it because they know they're not going to win. You got to keep it, close or whatever. But another thing, my biggest excitement for this game is it's going to be the Frostbite engine. It's going to use the Frostbite engine, and freaking Battlefield, man. They got some pretty fantastic looking terrain in Battlefield. It'll be nice to see that in a golf game as well.
Yeah.
Jesse Darby just said NCAA football was EA.
I just looked it up. Funny enough, I was about to say the FYI was going to be it's NCAA football, and the release is July 2023, and it is EA. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, golfing is a lot like our sex lives. It's all a matter of it's a game about inches, and the closer we can get to the right hole makes everybody happy. So there you go.
Yes, sir.
That'd be really weird though. As soon as you find the hole with the old lady, you're just like, "Hey, baby, open your mouth," and you stick the flagpole down.
Damn. I really want to watch Happy Gilmore.
Oh, indeed. Oh, shit. Bob Barker golf. That would be funny.
You guys got to remember what the fuck I do for a living. So if I came home and played golf in a party chat, all you would hear was I gotta have something to keep me awake.
Well, that's what they need. One of these golf games, special characters like Happy Gilmore. You could add to the game, and fucking Bob Barker, and perhaps even Tiger Woods, and actually be able to drive the golf cart so you could roll it down a couple of hills.
Yes, I would always be that character. I would be the character that's coming into a chill golf game, like joining in multiplayer without asking, and come fucking the real game up.
You know what would be sick? You ever do like a golfing event in real life, and there'd be like they call it, I think, a fire drill hole, where you got to complete the hole as fast as you can. That would be kind of cool, and to get little golf carts or whatever. That could be a cool little online thing there.
Yeah.
Well, the new Mario Rush Golf apparently has rush mode, so you're basically just running down the field, whacking the ball as fast as you can. It's kind of like speed golf. I think they're coming out with that too for one of the new golf games. But I don't know, man. Exciting to see EA get in, because EA, like I said, they always normally have some of the best licenses. And like even the one thing with Rory McIlroy, that came out at the start of the gen. And you felt it was one of those, it looked really good, but it missed a lot of stuff from the old games. Like it was lacking on the content, like golfers overall were lacking. I mean, like I said, graphically, it looked great. Still probably the best looking golf game, but it just, it was lacking a lot of stuff because it came out at the start of the gen. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's just golf wasn't really high on EA's repertoire and they just, whatever, but, because I like it better. I'm not really fussy about that other one, because it's the 2K Golf now is made by the same people that made what's the one before that? They were making it the Golf Club. The people that made the Golf Club made 2K21.
Yeah, that game is awful.
Well, it's the same people that made that.
Wasn't it like free games with gold, or was it?
It was on Game Pass for a while too. I gave it a whirl.
PGA Tour 19, which was made by which was made by that same group, the golf club people.
You know, the other thing, Noof, that you touched on about golf not being high on the priority list, it had a lot to do with Tiger Woods, because you got to understand, like, I mean, well, you don't have to understand, you know, Tiger Woods was an international superstar. You know what I mean? I mean, he was the biggest, never mind biggest name in golf, he was one of the biggest name in sports, period. Didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter what sport it was. He turned golf into a phenomenon beyond anybody's wildest dreams. Nobody ever would have thought that golf would have been that big. And then all of a sudden he became a star outside of golf. And of course, you know, golf was up. But then, like, viewership was up, everything was up, attendance was up, spending was up. Of course they're going to ride that wave. And then as soon as Tiger dropped off and, you know, all the bullshit happened, he started losing, he got injured, the divorce, it fucked him up in the head, he couldn't play. That's it, man. And then the popularity of golf. You cannot tell me that golf is more popular now than it ever was when Tiger Woods was at the top of his game. And so they were riding that wave. So, you know, they're you know, it's just like tennis. You know what I mean? Like tennis. You remember the tennis games were hot back in the early 2000s and shit?
Hello,
but that's when they had real fucking great tennis players. I mean, they still do now, but I mean, it's not the same, man. They were fucking legends playing then. Yeah. You know, you wanted to play those legends, right? And now it's kind of like, okay, you know, there's a couple here and there still, but
yeah, like when Nadal was in his prime, and he was always, they were always
Sampras and all those guys.
They were always going back and forth.
And what's his name? That fucking guy. I always forget his name. He had the fake long hair for a long time. Andre Agassi and all those guys. They were doing commercials on TV. I don't see tennis players doing commercials on TV right now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys were fucking international superstars. So, like, they were riding those waves of popularity, and of course the games would sell, and they did. But now you're kind of lost in the mix. I mean, I can't name more than 3 tennis players right now, or maybe I can't even name more than 3 golfers. Right?
You got a great point there.
Except for Shooter McGavin.
It's a lot like boxing. Like, you know, there's the sport goes through waves. You know, there's dips.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you can't name hardly any boxers from time to time.
I don't even know who the heavyweight champion is right now. I have no fucking clue. But you can ask any Joe Schmo on the street in the 80s or in the 90s who was the world champ. Mike Tyson. You knew.
Yeah.
You just knew.
You even know who the contenders were, you know?
Yeah, you guys are right. Yeah, it's marketability, man.
Oh, and by the way, on another note, I'd pay Fortnite prices for Shooter McGavin in the next PGA Tour golf. Okay, I'll pay $28 fucking just for a Shooter McGavin skin. That's
at the rate things are going, Fortnite's probably going to have him first.
Shooter!
He'll have a golf club gun, guaranteed.
Go to your home. Are you too good for your home?
The price is wrong, bitch.
Price is wrong.
We need Shooter McGavin and fucking what's his name, Bill Murray's character from Caddyshack.
Yes.
I'd even take Chubbs there. What's his name? Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
With the fucking with the wooden hand.
We're giving these companies way too many ideas.
Oh shit.
Some guy from
our
Epic
money,
is
guys.
listening. Some guy from Epic is going, holy shit, he's writing this all right down now. Boss, we got to talk tomorrow. We got a meeting.
Well, this next guy definitely needs a highlight because he's got the best name in the chat tonight, Mike Hawkhurts.
Holy shit, that's better than audible fart.
Mike Hawkhurts, you definitely get best name in the chat. We're going to have to highlight you just on the name alone.
That's better than audible fart.
Yes, it is. It was great. Fucking shit. All right. Let's get to the Ask Arnie before we get into our next topic so we get that one out of the way. Titan's debuting his new segment tonight, so we got to try to squeeze all this in and keep this show going. Caitlin, what's up? How are you doing?
Hey.
Fun speculation was earlier, too, by the way. I don't know if he's still here. What's going on? Original Next Level Gaming. Chase Jones, how you doing? But yeah, so it's Ask Arnold. It's a chance where we give the chat a chance to ask a question, the panel as well. If you guys got one, I'm just going to try to limit this, guys, to like 3-4 questions tops. So make them good. Bring it on. Who got one?
Mr. Arnold, who has a better name, Schwarzenegger or Mike Hawkhurts?
My God, it's got to be Mike Hawkhurts. I mean, Mike Hawkhurts all of the time is a great name, you know? But I mean, The problem is you go to the club and you sit down with that name and the girl says, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Hogwarts." She's either going to slap you or she's going to give you a prescription. It's one of the two. So I don't know if it's a great name or a terrible name, but it is what it is. Mike Hogwarts, you get the name of the night.
Absolutely. Hey, Arnie, see that picture in the bottom left of our screen there from, who is that? Blue Moon FC. You ever caught any fish like that or anything, man? What was the biggest fish you ever caught?
The biggest fish that I've ever caught had to be the hooker I had one time way back when I was doing the Mr. Olympia. Because, my God, every time I went to go down on her, it was like being at the fish plant. It was crazy. So that was the biggest fish that I've ever caught. Other than that, you get a little trout here and there, a little trout over there. Every once in a while, maybe you go out, you catch some bass. But I was too busy getting ass. So that's what I did.
Oh, shit.
Anybody else?
Let's see.
The doctor's got one.
The doctor got one? Go ahead.
Yo, Arnold, when you whacker bait is cock in your hand. Whacker bait? What the fuck is whacker bait? Wow, getting right out there.
Regular
what if I'm going to masturbate? What else am I going to have on my hand? I mean, swear to God, within the question is that, doctor? You're the guy. I think the doctor's been getting so much asshole lately that he can't smell anymore. That's what's the problem with him.
Or he's got pink eye and he don't know what he's saying in chat. He can't see.
Exactly. That's what I say. You know why you never trust a proctologist who wears really thick glasses? Because they can't see shit.
I got one from Dreadpool here. Who would you be as a superhero, and which nemesis would Stallone be?
If I was going to be a superhero, oh God, you know what? I really don't know. That's a great question because I am the biggest superhero. I mean, of course, I would look. Come on, I was already in one. Remember the movie Jingle All the Way when I would play Turbo Man. It's got to be Turbo Man. I am the hero. You want the Turbo Man doll? Go on and get your Turbo Man. I am the Turbo Man. He's the best. Now, as far as Stallone, well, you know what? I would make him be like the Penguin or something from Batman, because he's so short and he's tiny, and I just want to kick him in the balls.
Oh shit!
All right, good stuff, guys. All right. What's this? Kylo Milo. Hey, Arnold, can you say what the fuck is that?
Have Arnold just say that. Just try and say that in the Arnold voice, man.
I'm just going to try to say it, but I don't even know what the hell he's printing there. But it's like this. Hippopotamus equipped with deliophobia. That sounds like some kind of disease that come from a third world country. Maybe your mother's got it.
I was about to say that sounds like a nice Austrian soup, Arnold.
No. That was a new disease the doctor invented from too much ass play.
Oh, good stuff, guys. All right, guys, that's Arnold's segment for tonight. Great questions, fantastic chat. I'll be back again with more Arnold next week. Goddamn, guys, sometimes you guys really make me think on these fuckers. All right. Real quick, It Takes Two came out. The game that just came out from, I think it's what's the name of the studio? Tango Searchlight? Is it something like that? No.
Hazelight.
The guys that make A Way Out. Was that the one?
Way Out. Way Out.
Yeah, the crazy guy that comes on with Jeff Keighley all the time and swears.
Fuck
right?
the Oscars!
But anyway, I've heard nothing but great reviews. I've been actually dying to play this. I want to pick it up eventually. Has anybody here on the panel had a chance to dive into this game? Like I said, I'm hearing great reviews about it. It looks like a ton of fun, and I think it definitely fills a void where very few games are going these days with great co-op. And, I want to see more co-op, and I like to see stuff like this that really encourages it, that obviously allows one person to buy a game and have a friend come in via like a pass, so to speak, and it really is meant to be played with 2 people. And that's also going to bring me to the second part of the question. After you give your opinion on this game, I want to know from everybody on the panel what has been perhaps your favorite co-op experience of all time up to this point. What do you look for in a co-op game? Who wants to take the floor on this one?
I will. A Way Out is actually my favorite one. I loved that game. It was awesome. I never got a chance to beat it twice. I only beat it once. I really wanted to see if it had more than one ending. Right?
And you took mine, you bastard.
It was good, wasn't it? It had like a really good story.
Yes.
The gameplay was good. Like I don't usually fall for narrative-driven story games, but that one was really good. It kept you engaged. It had a really good gameplay loop. Just random funny stuff was always happening if you looked around.
Me and Stinking Corpse played it. We played through it on a Saturday. I think it took us like 8 hours. But at the beginning of the game, I got stuck in the fucking shower scene, and he was like, "Dude, get the fuck out of the shower! I'm tired of seeing your ass." I'm like, I can't get out. But no,
yeah, they were pretty graphic too. They showed their junk and everything, man.
Yes, I'm tired of looking at your twig and berries, and I'm tired of looking at my twig and berries.
I was seriously expecting some type of shower rape scene to go down, but
Me too.
I was. I wouldn't put it past that game. But that story, and you know what? There needs to be more prison-based games like that. That thing was awesome. Breaking out. Give me more stories from prison.
You got a pretty mouth.
Don't drop the soap.
Well, back to the first part. Have you played the new one then? It Takes Two, which apparently is a great game to play with your spouse or anybody, really.
I haven't played it. When did this game come out?
It's like 3 days ago. 4 days ago.
Tuesday. Yeah, a couple days ago, yeah.
I'm gonna cross my fingers for Game Pass soon. Then do I got to do that? Do I got to do some dance?
Titan, can I piggyback right off you?
Hell yeah!
Okay, here we go. Noof, this is my thought. I watched it extensively. I saw the reviews. Rand was talking about it. Listened to him talk about it. Say it was one of the best games he's played this year so far. And he said it was. I think he was saying. I don't want to quote him. I'm just gonna misquote him by accident. But I think he did say it was going to be in his top 5 games of the year. Now, that being said, this is why I wanted to piggyback off Titan, because my wife and I, Chef Trouble there in the chat, we were talking about it, and I'm like, honey, check out this game. So she's checking it out, and she goes, fuck, that looks good. And then I'm like, yeah, it's a co-op, so it's only co-op, though. You can only play co-op. And she's like, well, why the fuck aren't we buying it? And I'm like, I don't know, so we'll get it, because we game share. So that's another thing. The game sharing thing, that kind of makes that whole like, oh, if you buy it, then someone else could play for free. It makes it pretty much null and void, because when one of us buy it, the other one gets to play it for free anyway, right? So that's how that works. So we were going to get it. But then, funny enough, just like when she took the words right out of my mouth, she's just like, wait a minute, that's EA? That shit's going to Game Pass. We're waiting. And I'm like, fucking right, we're waiting, because I can guarantee before the whatever, digital E3, whatever the fuck you want to call it, once they've exhausted their sales, which should only be a few months, just like Little Nightmares, folks. Little Nightmares 2, one of my most anticipated games, I swear to God, of 2021 was Little Nightmares 2. But then I saw that Microsoft has the marketing rights for it, and I went, oh, yeah. So by April or May, that shit's going to be in Game Pass. Once they've exhausted the digital and physical sales, it's going to be in Game Pass. You know that It Takes Two is going to be in Game Pass. A Way Out is in Game Pass right now. So, yeah. And so is, and for example, look what just came out. What was it? October, November, Star Wars Squadrons. Up in Game Pass.
And I bought that day one, and it ended up like 3 months later.
3 months later, it's in Game Pass. So guys, hang on to your ducats if that's your bag. But I mean, if you want to buy it, buy it. But I'm hearing nothing but amazing things. Now, I do have one complaint. My one complaint is this. Apparently, even when you play like co-op, like online co-op on separate TVs, it is always a dual screen, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get a full screen. They don't get a full screen. Yeah. So you always have to play.
That's how Way Out was for, like, of course I wasn't sitting in the, we weren't sitting in the same living room when I played with Stinking Corpse, but I had a co-op screen with A Way Out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's designed
because
the same.
they want you to. It's because
they want you to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
They want you to. And they want you to experience the same thing.
My naked ass. It was like, I'm tired of staring at your junk, dude.
I'm not sure if you. I'm not sure if you disliked it. I mean, you're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony Bologna's slowly bleeding out of my body.
It was a traumatic experience for me.
Dude, one of the coolest things I've ever seen from a developer, when you bought A Way Out at the beginning, they gave you a free code to give to anyone you want.
Right. Well, they're doing the same here, right?
I was going to ask, was that the same way? Because I owned the game, and then I let Corpse play with me.
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same deal. But
so you don't even have to game share.
No. You don't have to game share. But I was just saying from my personal experience, I game share, so it matters not to me. But anyways, I'm going to answer your second question there, Noof. I am looking forward to it. Greatly looking forward to it because it looks like great fucking fun. Anyways, to answer your second question, this is going to be very unpopular for some people, but my favorite co-op game, again, I played with Chef Trouble the whole game through. My favorite co-op game to date, and maybe it's more for nostalgic or whatever reasons, Resident Evil 5. The one in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking loved that game.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is, when you play Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, Code Veronica, and they were all solo experiences. Then all of a sudden, this game comes out, and we were able to play online because at that time, she had an Xbox 360 in her house. We weren't married yet. And I had a 360 in my house, and we were playing online together. It was fucking awesome. And it was like, for the first time ever, you were able to play Resident Evil with somebody else. That, to me, was absolutely game-changing. Now, we're going to ignore Resident Evil 6, okay? I'm not talking about the fucking series. I'm talking about that specific game.
6 was horrendous.
Yeah, that was horrendous. Yeah, but 5, I think I played through it like at least 3 or 4 times. The whole fucking game. It was so good. And anyway, that was my favorite co-op experience ever.
Awesome. Great pick.
The end. Nobody picked up the mantle. I was just like,
Jago Invader, go ahead and jump in on this one if you played it. If
All
you
right.
haven't, and what your favorite co-op game has been of all time.
Well, like I said here recently, well, it's been like 3 years ago there, whenever the game came out. I mean, I can't remember, dude. I have nobody to play games with unless I play online. But do you know how hard it is to get people to play online with you?
Yeah, no shit.
The one that pops in my head is The Way Out, and that's been like whenever that game came out with me and Steam Corpse. It was a fucking blast. It only took us like 8 hours maybe, and we sat the whole Saturday and went right through it. The game is phenomenal, like Titan was saying. The story, everything. There's a huge twist at the end too, Titan, if you remember.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to play it twice. I wanted to see if it, if you do it the other way.
I don't know. I've never played it twice. I never played twice. So, but as far as It Takes Two, I'm not gonna buy it. If it comes to Game Pass, I might try it, but I'm not gonna buy it. I can't play the game. I've got like shit tons of games around me right now that I can't even fucking get to. So, I bought The Evil Within, because I love The Evil Within 2. I rebought it like 4 or 5 months ago, and this was before it was in Game Pass, and still haven't fucking touched it. So, I'm not gonna buy it. But if somebody, since it's like a way out, if somebody's like, hey, it's me, goes, you want to go through It Takes Two with me? Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it, Once I'm home, I work all the time.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So I haven't played this game yet, although it is on my priority list. Kind of going back to what Mag was saying too. I'm gonna wait a couple of months, see if it comes to Game Pass, but I am really looking forward to it. I do have a backlog of games to go through anyways, so time's gonna fly in any case. I will say though that I haven't played A Way Out, but it does interest me. I do really enjoy co-op games a lot. I did play a game before that called Brothers, I believe it was called, and it was and he was a part of that. It wasn't by Hazelight, but it was with Starbreeze, and that's a game that was, again, it's a very similar mechanics, very co-op focused as well, and a lot of creativity towards it. That being said, what is my favorite co-op game? Man, I could list off so many that aren't necessarily co-op focused, like whether it be Halo games, Gears, and so on, that I have many memories with. I'm gonna cheat a bit And like last night, I was playing with Lupa and Dealer, and we are playing Warhammer Vermintide 2.
Oh, good one.
And that's just a blast. You know, you're like flinging around like Ratman and Chaos Warriors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like it's such a visceral game. But then you have your allies with you, and you're just like, I don't know, you're just having a good time. It's such
a new patch too, right? Didn't it just get a new patch for like or update or something for the Xbox Series X or some shit like that?
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. But that was a really fun couple hours last night. But I also have to cheat a bit too. Fear 3, even though Fear is essentially like a scary single player game. The third one, they made a bit of a hybrid where you had a co-op partner, or you could choose to have a co-op partner. One guy could play as the point man, who was the basically the typical first person shooter character. And then the other guy could play as the guy with all the psychic abilities, and you can like teleport around and whatnot. And I remember playing with my buddy, and we were just having a blast. Like he was like floating up guys in the air, and I was shooting them down, and we're just like playing around with the environment, and just a blast. So yeah, I mean, co-op games are great. I wish we saw more of them, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
I know you can't do that with every game, but you get so many different kinds of experiences and memories with them. I mean, I would love to know what the guys in the chat, like what some of their favorite co-op titles are, whether it be recent or older, but I just have a blast.
I can tell you right now, Noof's got it highlighted by Cybergunner. Marvin's favorite co-op game, another Streets Rage. Both of those, love both of them.
Yeah, great games right there from Cybergunner. Iceman in the chat. Dead Space 3 with the co-op was fun. Remember, there's a whole bunch. Monster Hunter, Spider-Man throws that one in the chat. A lot of people had a lot of fun with that too. For me, like I said, I haven't played. I gotta admit, I'm a bit of a fraud. I've never played A Way Out. I've always wanted to, but just for whatever reason, never got around to it. I think the whole fact that you had to play co-op, but it had to always be in split screen was the part that kind of threw me off. And then I'm thinking, who's going to, like, if I don't find a good friend to play with, then I got to rely on some random douche nut. And I fucking hate the random douche nuts. That's why I can't stand playing like a lot of the battle royale games, because it's hard to find people to play with. And then you get in with people that don't use a mic. Anyway, going on a complete another rant tangent there. But, for me, I can't wait to play It Takes Two. Like I said, obviously Haze Light is on to something, because they started with the brothers, then they did A Way Out. Now they've done this one. So that's 3 co-op games that are focused on co-op, not as a side thing thrown into the game, but really built around using your co-op partner efficiently, like the critical thinking or puzzles or stuff like that. You know, that's how, oh my God, Doggy Dog probably brought up, guys, one of the best co-op games I think of all time. Rock Band. Yeah. How many of us played that with your bandmates in your house? Fucking drums, mic. I mean, technically it's co-op, right? Holy shit.
I never had a chance to play it with anybody else, but I can imagine how good Rock Band would be with other people.
I had friends over, man, and we'd have the big jam sessions on it. It was so good. And of course, cussing at your friends. That was back when, you know, like LAN parties were still popular, and cussing your friends up. Stop fucking up on that riff, man.
I know my neighbors used to get pissed at me because I would be blasting the shit out playing Rock Band in the apartment I lived in at the time. They're like, this motherfucker's playing Rock Band again. I know it.
So I can't wait to play It Takes Two. I know Lady AF was playing it the other night, and she's been raving about it, and she's saying how she spent time playing like a dart game and drawing dicks and the whole 9 yards of that game. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Of course she would.
Of course Lady would, right? But but that just tells you what kind of whimsical, funny game that is. And I love good games too that not only have humor and stuff, right, but don't take themselves too seriously sometimes. Now, for me, I'm sure you guys were all thinking, well, probably know what I'm going to pick already. Gears of War, right? Well, technically, yes. I mean, to me, like, not only was Gears a revolutionary game at the time it came out back in 2006 on the 360, but, how fluid and seamless that co-op campaign was. It was just amazing. But the one that really got me was before that, also on the 360, and I think it might have came out even before Gears or somewhere around that time, the Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter games.
Yes, that was really good.
Oh, because they demanded co-op. Like, in order to be efficient at the levels, you had to almost think like real military people. You know what I mean? Calling stuff out, flanking,
planting
really,
claymores.
Oh man, like those games are so
never
good.
played them. Never played. Well, I was in the military, so I was like, I'm not reliving this shit again.
Oh, dude, they were
very
so good.
It was very realistic.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. And back in the day when the mic sets first come in, I think some of those original Ghost Recons, they used to have the actual voice command, so your AI would follow your command.
Yeah, and actually they came with them, I believe. Didn't one of the?
I think it was on the original Xbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, original Xbox, and I think it came out for the PS3, and it came with a mic built into it. Or not built into it, excuse me. It was in the box. It was in the box.
It came with it, yeah.
Yeah, and you had to buy it like with the box.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was fucking dope, man. Yeah, you could like you could do everything. Like it was very strategic. And I love that. I love that kind of stuff. Like military strategy kind of games. I love that. They're like, okay, you go over there, you watch that, you take the high ground, I'm gonna flank from this side, you go over there. I love that stuff, man. Because like you plan out a room, you know what I mean? It's like the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
You're up on a gargoyle and you're like, all right. This guy first, then this guy. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No,
man.
You're
talking with another human, doing that stuff.
I know.
It's great.
Those games are even the last one that came out, Future Soul. I don't even talk about that Wildlands. I don't know the fuck Ubisoft is doing with that franchise. Like, stop screwing shit up, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Get back to your roots, man. Get rid of that fucking open world crap.
I got to say, another great co-op game was the Guy game back on the original Xbox. You all work together to reach a common goal, and that was to see the titties.
Can't go wrong with that. And just a couple of honorable mentions with co-op games, guys. I'm almost shocked that nobody mentioned it here. First, I want to say Dead Rising 3 was amazing as well on the Xbox One that came out. A lot of fun. Super fun to play with a buddy. Definitely took some of that repetition out of the previous Dead Rising games that came before it. It was kind of like that feeling when you played Dead Rising 3 was much like Mag said, like that feeling of finally getting co-op in a Resident Evil game where like it just took on a whole new level of like immersion. And of course, it was just more fun because it was cool to have a buddy to shoot stuff with. And another one, the Crackdown games, despite all the flack that they take, Crackdown is actually amazingly fun to play with friends because of the amount of destruction and the superhero-like abilities. That shit's awesome. So guys, if you have Crackdown 3 and you really haven't played it, do yourself a favor, grab a buddy, jump into that game. I guarantee you, you'll have
awesome.
You'll have a blast playing it. I guarantee it. And it's like having Grand Theft Auto, essentially, but in co-op form. It's so cool. Yeah. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Sea of Thieves. Because honestly, what game requires more co-op than Sea of Thieves? In order to be efficient at Sea of Thieves, you need good shipmates, which essentially is co-op.
Yes.
Because there's no tutorial. Nobody's holding your hand in that fucking game ever. No. Like if you don't know how to sail a ship or have a good idea right out of the gate, you're fucking lost in that game. You're like, what am I doing?
Yep.
Right.
I actually just picked up that game this week. I ran it with my family, me, the two boys, and the wife. We all did a mission. Yeah, they got the new missions. There's a new event. Like it looks like some type of red, I don't know, twister or something in an island, and then you go to it, and there's this big fight. That was a lot of fun, man.
I gotta shout out. Iceman said favorite one of his naming out co-op games. He said TMNT, and I'm assuming he means the old school TMNT. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anyways, Noof, I gotta take off, unfortunately.
All right, man. No problem. We'll get you back in the future, though, Invader. Have you for a full show or do some special stuff, man. I wish you all the best. Before you get out of here, at least let people know where they can check out your channel and what's been happening with you.
Of course. Yeah, so I got to take off early, guys. But again, it was great being here. Noof, Jago was fantastic. Mag, Titan Drago, always a pleasure, of course. Yeah, guys, you can find me over at the TXR Podcast. Of course, I do that every Sunday night with Tim Dog and a few of the other guys. As well, you can find my own channel, Invader Gaming, over on YouTube. And I'm on a bunch of other social media sites. But, guys, it was great. It was fun talking about all these fun topics. And I hope all you guys in the chat are having a fantastic night. See you, fellas.
Be good.
All right, Invader. Later, brother.
Have a good one.
Guys. Like you said, go check out TXR, guys, on Sunday nights. Great podcasts. A lot of great insight. So go check those guys out there. Invader, take care, man. We'll see you soon. All right, guys. Well, we should probably, like I said, we'll move on from this. We had a lot of great suggestions in the chat. Iceman even bringing up one of the original badass co-op games in Double Dragon. Yeah, that might be one of the first ones I ever remember. And God knows we all love the co-op in Golden Axe as well.
Golden Axe, yeah.
Golden Axe was great.
I was about to say Golden Axe. Yep.
But remember, nothing beats Double Dragon with spoiler alert. You fight each other at the end. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
It's like you had to fucking kill the 2 chicks, and then you had to kill the dude, and then you had to kill the 2 other dudes, and whatever, and then you save the girl. Then you're fucking fighting each other because the bitch couldn't choose which one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been so long.
It's like,
damn.
I mean, if I was one of the guys, I'd be like, can't we just spit roast you and call it a night? Like, why do I have to fight why do I have to fight my best friend?
Yeah, no shit.
Caitlin says moving out is a great couch co-op family game. Great for this. Thanks for the suggestion, Caitlin. We'll have to definitely check that one out. Yeah, there's a lot more now. Overcooked.
Iceman again. Final Fight. Yes, sir.
Final Fight. Yeah, there's been a lot over the years. I mean, that's a crazy thing because the 16-bit era was almost known for co-op shit.
Yes,
whether it was a shooter or side scroll, everything was co-op. Even Sonic started to go with the co-op stuff.
Yes, Sonic and Tails.
Even to a certain, maybe not full, but you know what I mean? But now, like this generation, while we have the power, like I said this the other night, people keep saying Call of Duty's rinse and repeat. Well, what's one thing that Call of Duty has not done in all of these years, guys? They've never had a co-op campaign. They've had zombies, but not a campaign.
No. Hey, hold on.
Yes, they did. They had one. They did.
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3 had it?
Black Ops 3 had it as what they had a co-op campaign, and it fucking sucked. But they still had it
in Call of Duty World at War too. Am I correct?
Yeah,
guys?
I don't know about World at War because I played it solo. I never played with anybody, but I remember playing with Chef Trouble. We played Black Ops 3. The fucking worst campaign in all of Call of Duty history. I'm sorry.
Well, thank God I never bought it.
Oh man.
Oh, House
you know what,
of the
guys?
Dead.
Honestly, shout out to Konami. The Simpsons arcade game, the 4-player game. That was the greatest fucking co-op. It wasn't even co-op. It was a 4-op game.
Well,
X-Men.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Men. Fuck yeah,
X-Men,
dude.
yeah. Oh, man.
Yes.
Remember, you get to pick, what's his name? What's the big guy's name? I always forget his name. Colossus. No, it's Colossus. Well, yeah, it sounded like Chewbacca.
I
remember walking by that machine, and every time you walk by that machine, Colossus. You do that big move.
Oh shit, man! Great stuff. HTK with the one that a lot of people bypassed was Kane and Lynch. That was Lynch. Especially the second game was fucking good. Zombie Army Trilogy, says Cyber Gunter. That was another fucking dope ass game. If you guys never played that one, you should definitely check that one out. Oh my god, like so many good games.
World War Z. I only played it a couple times, but it was good. I don't know if you could play it by yourself, but World War Z with friends was great too.
Left 4 Dead, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Iceman drops $4.99 super chat. Says you guys are making me feel like a kid again with the co-op games. My favorite streets are aged. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah,
Army of 2,
phenomenal. Yeah.
Dreadpool,
Army of 2, man.
Yeah,
Army of 2. Oh my god, I forgot about it. So good.
I played all 3 of those, man. They were all 3 of them were good.
Yeah, man.
The downside to the back and pat one, because you can't play Army of 2 back and pat, but they shut the server down, so you can't bring anyone in on that one.
I played the third one solo. What was it called? The Cartel? You're in Mexico or whatever?
Yeah.
That was fucking great. I just played it solo, but
well,
still
great, man. We could almost do a whole show in these co-op games. God damn.
I know.
Fuck yeah, there's too many. So many back in the day.
But let's move the show along. Titan, if you are ready, now would probably be a great time to drop your new segment.
All right, everyone. So this is going to be Drago's Corner. This is the debut week. Like I said, we'll be doing 3 rounds, and I'm going to set a 2-minute timer for each round. And when my alarm goes off, the chat will vote for whomever they thought won that round. So the participants, whoever's doing it, like me, and this week I'm going to go against Tony Bologna. So either Tony Bologna or myself, we could choose to get knocked down in a round just to advance to the next round if we get stumped or whatever may have happened in that round. So while the round is going on, if you guys in the chat want us to talk about a specific topic or anything you guys can think of, for that round or the next round, we have the option to look at that and use that if we choose to do so. So Noof will tally the votes for 30 seconds while we get ready for each forthcoming round, and that's basically how this is going to go. So Tony Bologna, are you ready?
So I'm going to do the timer. Is that what you're saying?
I'll do the timer. I'll go ahead and set it now.
I don't trust Titan with his timer.
What the hell are people voting for? What's 1 and 3 in the chat and 2?
You are gonna so make sure you either vote Titan or Tony. All right, Titan or Tony is going to be who you're going to be voting for at the end of the round when the alarm goes off. So that's basically the rules. That's how we're going to do it, and we'll see how it goes. Are you ready, Tony?
Oh, boy, am I ready? I was born ready. I was ready from the very beginning. I've been sitting here waiting to scream, Joe Dunmore. But now, guess what? Now I'm going to be Dragoing you through the fucking dirt. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm doing. Put some twos in there for Tony Bologna. I already won. We haven't even started.
Tony, calm down with that winning stuff now, okay?
I'm totally going to lose. I'm totally going to lose.
Tony, you better be lucky I'm drinking Keystone Light. I'm taking it easy on you. All right?
Okay.
If I had to go hard, I might destroy you.
I'm drinking turmeric tea tonight, so don't worry about it.
Well, hey, that's not the worst thing I've seen you drink on camera.
Well, it does look like urine. However, let's get this show started.
Oh, the round is going, Tony. The goddamn round started when you opened your fat mouth.
When I opened my fat mouth. Oh, okay. All right, fine. I guess we're just going to continue this conversation. Well, let me tell you something, Titan. After I'm finishing Dragoing you through the dirt, I notice I'm looking at your stupid little picture there in the thing, and I see it throbs back and forth, just like my cock when I look at the pictures of naked women. However, I'm looking at your ridiculous hair. And let me tell you something about that hair. That hair looks like a Brillo pad that I use to shave, to scrub out the inside of my pots at work. It looks like an old lady's bush. That's what it looks like. And it's sitting on top of your fucking head. And you know why? You know why? It's because you're a pussy. That's why. Go ahead. Take it away.
You know what? You should turn on your camera and show everyone what you're drinking tonight. What kind of cum are you drinking tonight? Looks like cum from a woman's vagina.
If that's the case, it would be coming directly out of your mouth, wouldn't it?
Hey. I mean, we got to come up with a name for that fairy cum you're drinking over there. Hey, Tony, it's a good thing they're taking away the down thumbs, ain't it? They must have did that in anticipation of your YouTube channel.
Well, very nice. Well, I was going to say the only thumbs that you're going to be getting is the ones that are going to be up your bum later tonight. So you better take it easy over there. And let me tell you something. What are you drinking? Keystone Light? No wonder. Okay, what is that, 3% alcohol? You might as well just be drinking apple juice. What are you, a fucking child? Okay, why don't you do yourself a favor?
Everyone go ahead and vote. Take your vote. You got 30 seconds to get your vote in. Noof, you are responsible for tallying those votes.
Okay, so who's one or who's two?
While we go ahead, either vote for Titan or Tony in that first round. Mm-hmm. I'll let Tony take a swig of his fairy piss while we get ready for round 2 here.
Okay. Well, looking at the votes so far, I hate to tell you, Titan, but it looks like Tony's definitely got the bulk load of them so far.
That's all right. We got 2 more rounds to go.
You did come back nice and strong in that one. I'll give you that.
Tony, you had me at the end. You had me at the end.
All about having fun, everybody.
You stumped me with the cum drink.
The fairy cum drink fucked me up.
I didn't know what to say.
All right, I think Tony takes round number 1. Hey! Tony Bologna. Not really surprising. He is the master of the put downs, is it?
All right, so I didn't see any suggestions in the chat. Noof, if you see any of the suggestions in the chat, feel free to let one of us know. Just in case we don't see. If you see a good one, we'll take it. If we'll go ahead and take it if we feel the need to do so. Or whatever.
Sounds good.
However we feel. All right, round 2. Are you ready, Tony?
Jesus. Okay, what's the
topic?
You
want me to start out round 2? Do we need a topic?
Anybody in the chat want to hit us with something? Go ahead.
You know what? I'll start out with the topic. Here we go. So round 2 begins now. Here we go. You know what? Spider-Man, he starts every show with a quick, Smite is dead shout out to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you what. Hey, Smite is more alive than Tony's disease-ridden twig and berries. I'll tell you that much right now. That's an automatic.
Let me tell you something. The bacteria and the diseases inside of my body is what's keeping my penis erect. Okay, that's what's keeping the blood flowing through my body. And let me tell you something. I'm the carrier, and I'm patient zero of every single sexually transmitted disease on the planet. You should know. You have 3 of them. Now, anyways, the only problem is that you were sleeping when it happened, but that's okay. That's because you were drinking too much of that 3% Keystone Light. Anything else you'd like to add?
I just gotta ask the chat. Are you guys sure you want to take dating advice from this guy? I just really gotta ask you guys. You know, think about who you're getting your information from here. Okay, but let's continue this. You know what? Because if they ever create an Italian god to put in Smite, and I say create because there are no goddamn Italian gods. All right, I mean, who do you pray to at night? Your spaghetti dinner? You know?
Okay, let me tell you something. Captain America. You better take it easy over there down there. Because I don't know if there's any American gods, because the only American gods I know is that god-awful show on TV, and guess what? They just canceled it. Just like you're going to get canceled right off of YouTube with all your down thumbs up your bum, and the whole 9 yards. Okay? And let me tell you something. You think I'm going to destroy you tonight? I just smite. You never know.
I got to question this further, because what the hell is this god gonna look like? This so-called Italian god, was he gonna be some foul-mouthed obese gangster? I mean, your Tommy gun isn't gonna scare Thor, Mag. It ain't gonna happen. Okay,
do you want to see what an Italian god looks like?
Let's see it.
Right there. That's what an Italian god looks like. Okay, so you better take it easy over there, because let me tell you something. We may not have a whole lot of gods, okay, but we had the greatest empire in the history of the world. My God, we were so amazing and so unbelievable and so dangerous and so crazy, we killed God himself. Okay, and that just happened. Yes, I just said that. That's right. Tony Bologna takes it to the extreme. But anyways, we got to do it.
All right, that's round 2. Go ahead and take your votes.
Who takes round 2, guys? Who got round 2? Tony or Titan on this one? Cybergunner says Tony.
1 for Tony so far. Keep them votes coming in.
Back says it's not the spaghetti gods, it's the lasagna gods. It's a way better dish.
I got a few
Slinky M says Tony. Galloway says Tony. Titan. Axel says Titan. Backer says Titan. Oh, the doctor jumps in with $5.
Tony, Titan. It's back and forth.
This is crazy close.
Titan, Tony. Awesome. It's literally Titan, Tony, Titan, Tony, Titan, Tony.
Noob's losing count over here. We might have to call that round a draw unless you got the official tally.
One, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Tony, 7 for Tony.
You keep adding those up, and then we'll start round 3.
Okay. All
right, that's the official end of that voting. Round 3 is going to start now. Here we go. And you know what? I'm not done with this. But you know what? I'd play that Italian god. You know why? You want to know why, Mag?
Why?
Are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Are you old now?
No. Sorry. I was just sitting there waiting for you to say something intelligent. I guess I'll be waiting a really long time.
You might. But I'm going to play that Smite god, that Italian Smite god that looks just like you. You know what I'm going to do with him? I'm going to feed the enemy. I'm going to feed him kills repeatedly. And it'll be like my own little digital voodoo doll. So Tony, if it ever feels like Thor's hammer is being rammed up your ass, don't be surprised, okay?
Well, let me tell you something about an Italian god, okay? I'm going to play the Italian god, and guess what? I'm going to see your dribbly little character prancing around on the screen and go, oh, look at me. I'm level 450,000 Titan because I have no life and I only play this one stupid fucking free-to-play game. And then I'm going to come in, and guess what my fucking weapon's going to be? A big salami right in my pants. I'm going to slap you right across the face with it. That's what that's going to get.
You want to talk about no life? You must be depressed constantly, Tony. I couldn't imagine another feeling. I couldn't imagine feeling any other way unless I'm like you trying to platinum The Last of Us 2 the rest of, half of your life. How old are we now, Tony? Have you become incontinent yet?
Oh, my goodness. Well, Titan, I can't take anything you say seriously because you sound like Grover from Sesame Street. It's really hard to understand what you're saying. But I don't know. Hey, I don't know where to go with this anymore. Is anybody else got anything else to say? What's the timer like? I'm running out of shit to say.
That's the end of the third round. Go ahead.
I ran out of steam, man.
It was getting a lot closer, but our winner is Tony Bologna.
Oh my god! I think my face is red from laughing so goddamn hard.
But that was great, guys. That was fucking great. Yeah,
I'm hot over here from.
You're hot. I'm literally sweating.
Oh my god!
I'm literally sweating from the screaming.
Yeah,
screaming and thinking because I'm like going, oh fuck, what's Titan gonna say next? What's Titan gonna say next? I'm trying to come up with anything.
I think to make it more congruent though for future episodes, probably do your timer and do 30 seconds. You got your 30 seconds to say what you need to say, and then it cuts off and you're done, and then it goes to the next person to make the comeback.
All right, yeah, we could do it that way.
You know,
sure.
yeah,
I like that.
Do it like 8 Mile. Yeah.
That was great though, boys. That was a great segment.
Wow.
Looking forward to the second one already. Can't wait, guys. So make sure you tune in next week for the next segment with Titan there. What's the name of your segment there, Titan?
Drago's Corner.
Drago's Corner. Yes, Drago's Corner with Titan Drago and friends. Yes, it'll be next week again, guys. That was awesome. It was great shit right there.
This week it was called Tony Bologna put Drago in the corner.
It's okay, Noof. You got to come in strong, buddy. You got to come in there too, man. With one of your characters, go right after, man.
Like I said, we'll this will be a weekly show, and there'll be different. Like I said, we'll use all of our different, alter egos and whatever.
I'm calling out for. Let's see what the chat agrees. I'm calling out for Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Titan Drago.
Oh my god!
I was gonna bring in Goofy. You can't beat me because I'm always fucking Goofy. You.
I love it. Blue Moon. If he dies, he dies. I love it.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
You don't have to be Goofy. Titan's already Goofy. It's all good.
Oh my god.
Anyways, enough jokes. Enough jokes.
All right, all right. We probably got enough time before we probably got one more topic before we do bring in Tony Bologna. I do want to ask you guys, have you had a chance to watch the new Suicide Squad trailer? I thought it looked fucking dynamite. Heck, Sylvester Stallone is actually doing the voice of the shark dude. So how much better does it get than that? I'm sure Drago, that's piqued his interest. Looks a hell of a lot better than that last fucking pile of turd. But anyway, how did you guys feel about the Suicide Squad latest trailer? Definitely looks like it's on the right track.
Noof, I'm going to jump in first because I got to disappear for a minute.
Go for it, brother.
Okay. First things first, why does John Cena look like motherfucker Doom or whatever his name is, that rapper? With that fucking thing on his head. It's actually pretty funny. But I mean, I know it's like comic related, but anyways, it looks good. But I got to, and the other thing is Stallone as King Shark is fucking great. But my God, I did not expect that like Mortal Kombat style fatality in that trailer. Do you see where he literally grabbed the guy and literally ripped him in half?
Yeah.
No, did anybody see that?
No.
Like he literally grabs a dude and rips him in half, and you could actually see the guts and the intestines come out, and then you actually see like his broken, bloody rib cage. And I'm going, what the fuck is this? That's like something like Kano would do in Mortal Kombat, and that was great. And anyway, but here's my question. My question is this: what the fuck is this? Is it a reboot? Is it a restart? Is it a sequel? Because it seems that 3/4 of the fucking actors from the first one are playing the same characters in this one. Are they ignoring that first one? What the hell is this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't like it when movies do. I do not like it when movies do that. And when you go into a movie, when you go into a movie confused and about where the plot line is going, that's a undertaking in and of itself that the movie has to overcome, and most of them don't. And especially with this movie, I could see them just blowing past it, because a lot of people, and I say this because my wife is big on this. She's big on character development, and if they don't if they don't get that backstory, if we don't know why we're here and what's going on, and we don't have the character development of why we're in this movie this time, then that's gonna lead to bad reviews all in all. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you this much too. Putting Stallone in this is like, to me, it's like putting, a fresh coat of paint on, a piece of crap. You know what I mean? I love Stallone. I didn't like the first movie. It just doesn't match for me. It's just not matching.
The thing is, though, is that everybody's back except for Will Smith.
He said he wasn't doing Deadshot again, though. So.
Yeah, so they're all the characters are back playing the same characters, Okay, same actors playing the same fucking characters. They added a bunch more. So what is this? Is this a sequel? But they're not saying it's a sequel. It's just called Suicide Squad. So is it a reboot? Is it a remake?
Well, Spider-Man in the chat says this looks better than the first one, and that seems to be
better. And it's going to be a hard R rating, by the way, just so everybody knows. Hence the King Shark literally ripping the guy in half. And then eating the guy at the beginning of the trailer. That was really funny. I don't know if you see that, the fucking soldier up against the bush, and you see like Stallone come over, go nom nom nom, and just eats him. And it was so funny. But anyways, the thing is, what is it? So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we have to wait till we watch the film to find out what the fuck this is?
I think it's essentially a reboot, but again, they've decided to cast the actors that worked and kind of got rid of some of the ones that didn't. That's what it really is to me.
It's only
it says a Suicide Squad. Yeah, well, I guess it's just because he couldn't fulfill his commitment. I guess he probably had other things. So either which way.
I haven't seen it. I was busy shit today. I haven't seen it. I saw it in the private chat or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw, after the first Suicide Squad, I know a lot of people hated on it. It wasn't the best, but after I've seen it multiple times, it's not as bad as people first reacted to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun movie. Was it meant to like win on like a bunch of awards and shit? No, it's a fucking popcorn flick, whatever.
Yeah.
I just hope once I watch the trailer, I can give more insight on it. But I just hope that in this one, if it is a reboot or whatever, or remake or whatever, I hate that when they do that. Like they ignore the fuck, like you guys said, they ignore like the first one, like it wasn't, like that's not even a thing. I just hope they have more character development, like Titan was saying, to make you care about the characters that are, the characters in the fucking goddamn movie, because that's why I love the Snyder cut so much, compared to the original Joss Whedon's version. That fucking Joss Whedon's version is goddamn trash of Justice League. Now, if you see the Snyder cut, and don't say, you can't sit for 4 hours when motherfuckers will sit for 8 to 10 hours watching a goddamn binge of Netflix show. Stop it. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Yeah. Well, and just like for me, man, I just watched that. What is that? What's the fucking Suicide Squad? Was it the Harley Quinn one? The Emancipation of Harley Quinn?
I've never watched it.
Or what's it called? The Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
Oh my God, that was legitimately one of the worst superhero movies I have ever seen. That was so bad. It was cringe all the way. Did an injustice because I do like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I think she embodies the character well. It's just something about that movie was fucking bad. It was just all bad. It was like super tacky. I don't know.
I saw the fucking trailers for it, and I was like, hell no. I will not waste my time on that fucking movie. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know, man. It was just fucking weird. I didn't like that one, but I'm sure somebody did, and it's cool if you did, and it's cool if you didn't. I don't know if you guys, Boomstick shared it earlier today on Twitter, but somebody, I guess it was back in March or earlier March, but some guy did his like own short version of Batman. It's called Batman Dying is Easy, and it is fucking amazing. It's actually so cool the way they did the characters, and it actually has like Michael Madsen's in it, and a bunch of unknown actors that are doing the characters. But it looks like a live action version of fucking Arkham Asylum. It's nuts. So go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's about a half an hour long, and the guy who does the Batman is fucking awesome. It's like, damn, like how come the big studios can't nail it like these fucking fan guys that do these videos? It's just wow.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we already know why, because there's money to be lost or made either way. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think fans really care if they use big name actors. I think what we care about as fans is a better representation of the characters.
Well,
right?
It's like I don't know who I was listening to. Who was I listening to? I don't remember. It was a podcast like the Uncharted movie, and they're talking about they hated the fact that they picked Mark Wahlberg to play Sully. How are you gonna hate on a man before you see the goddamn movie? Yeah. Seriously, watch the fucking movie first before you hate on Mark Wahlberg. Like, I've never been a fan of Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg has done some pretty goddamn good movies that I've seen. I'm not his biggest fan or nothing. But Jesus Christ, watch the fucking movie first before you hate on Mark Wahlberg. It's fucking Sully. Give me a break.
I was actually disappointed because originally they were going to cast him as Nathan Drake, and I actually liked that casting better than him as Sully.
Me too.
You know who would have made You know who would have made a great Sully? J.K. Simmons.
Oh, why's that name sound familiar?
The guy who played the fucking played J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. He would.
Run damn it, Spider-Man!
Yeah.
You know that guy? He probably would have made a good Sully. I could definitely see him chowing down on the big cigar. And, well, you know, of course, the best Nathan Drake would have been Nathan Fillion. Hands fucking down.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Anybody watch that short movie that Nathan Fillion did 2 years ago? Was fucking spot on. Oh, my God. And it's like, how can you not cast Nathan Fillion? Because he's old.
I would have donated money to get that made, to continue that.
Dude, me too. Holy shit, did he ever nail that? I mean, the dude looks and sounds like the fucking character.
Just like Nathan. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Because I know it's what's his name who normally does the voice. Nolan North, right? But they actually did it where they replaced Nathan Fillion doing the voice, and it's fucking spot on. Like, they almost sound identical, those two guys.
He was
crazy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah, if you guys never seen that, Nathan Fillion and some people actually had that done. It was almost like, I think it was like you remember what what's his name did with Deadpool? The actor, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds,
yeah.
How he did that fucking short Deadpool thing that time. He got a special effects guy and did the Deadpool thing in order to convince the studios that it was worthwhile, and it fucking paid off, right?
Yep.
Because they weren't going to do it for a while because they were terrified of putting a rated R fucking movie out there. And then when, of course, the YouTube video took off and did so many fucking hits, so like, I guess we'll have to finally let this guy do this right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Awesome. But anyway, any further thoughts there before we bring in Tony Bologna? Titan, you got any thoughts on it?
No. Let's bring Tony in here.
No. Well, since the last question for you guys, who's your favorite person from the Suicide Squad, if you have any?
I want an original movie.
Well, like any of the comics, whatever. Like, which one of the? It doesn't have to be the movies, comics. Any one of the is your favorite?
I mean, I want to say Joker, but I mean, like Jared Leto, like just turns me on. Like, I don't like.
His version in the Snyder Cut was awesome.
Yeah. I'll give him that much. Like that, I can do that. I can get on board with. I cannot get on board with like this
with a neon green hair Joker.
The
grill wearing Joker.
I can't, the glow in the dark hair. That's where I cross. That's where my line is drawn. Glow in the dark hair and a gold grill on Joker.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. I don't know. I kind of like that. The Oriental lady with the katana. What the fuck's her name?
Oh my God. Oh, you're going.
She was kind of cool. It's kind of like her, and I kind of like Captain Boomerang.
My favorite character in that movie was the Hispanic guy. What was his name? With the fire, he had fire abilities. He ends up dying in the movie.
Pyro. Was it Pyro or no?
I don't remember now. Yeah, no, he was my favorite character.
Yeah. Glenn McLaughlin, my favorite part of Suicide Squad is the end credits. All right. Anyway, I think it is that time. It is 9:38 in the evening, and I think, if I'm correct, Tony Bologna might be in the building. He was earlier. Tony Bologna, are you with us? And can you comment on your first round defeat of Titan Drago, which does it come as a surprise?
It comes as absolutely no surprise to me. Let me tell you something. Titan Drago did not stand a chance. Whatsoever. Nothing. And in fact, I think he should just retire now.
Hey, what are you wearing those glasses for? You got a black eye?
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Okay, before I take any questions from anybody, I got a couple of grievances I'd like to get out of my system. First things first. Attack the glitcher. You are officially tied for first place as biggest douche guest we've ever had on the show. You're tied for first place with Obi-Wan Kenobi eating his Nacho Supreme for the first 50 minutes of the show. Okay, you guys can share the trophy, and the trophy is filled with my piss. Okay, take a cup of that. Anyhow.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Jago.
We was here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
No, yeah, Jago, you're not off the hook either. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
For like 4 minutes, I had to listen to you talking about the shower scene. Okay. To me, it sounded like you enjoyed yourself. And let me tell you something. I know you said you're having some problems finding some people online to play with. Listen, if you're ever feeling lonely and you ever think about it, just call me on Zoom. You can watch me shower every day. No problem. Don't worry about it.
I'm good, but I appreciate the offer.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
With the pipe.
Then you can see what a real salami looks like. Anyhow, I'm also glad we were talking about Suicide Squad tonight, because every time I think about suicide is the minute that Titan Drago opens his mouth.
Do I hurt your feelings that bad?
Fuck.
I was gonna say I thought Mag ran out of shit to say, but never mind.
No, Tony Bologna never runs out of shit to say.
Oh.
Does anybody have any questions for Tony Bologna this evening?
Oh man, I gotta ask you, Tony, what's in the pipe you've been smoking, man? I mean, like, didn't pipes go out like 40 years ago?
40 years ago, let me tell you something. The only thing I put in this pipe are the ashes from my victims.
Currently stuff with Titan Drago.
Attack the glitcher. Be prepared. You're going to be in here very soon.
God damn. Any more questions with the chat? Or
Tony smokes my ass and drinks my piss.
Okay, I've done both. I've had some wild nights. Why not? Who doesn't like a good golden shower once in a while? Apparently, Jago likes showers. Maybe you like a golden shower too. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh my god, that sounds wrong. Do y'all get a room when you do that, Tony?
No, I do it in front of my house, so all my neighbors know exactly what they've gotten involved in. That's what's going on. Who the hell is the doctor this evening? My God, no.
Tony Stick Figure said, "Is this still live? Let him know how you are, man. Let him know the kind of person you are."
What? Say again.
Stick Figure says, "Is this still live?" He's kind of shocked.
Did you just say dick figure?
Yeah, dick figure. That's what it sounded like to me. Sounded like a big question. What a ridiculous question. Of course we're live. We're right here.
That's when you wake up and somebody drawn a dick on your face.
Hey, Stick Figure, why'd you hit that thumbs down while you still can?
Oh, fuck. Jago, how about you, man? You got a question for Tony? You're the guest tonight. You got a question for the man?
I asked him. I was like, that sounds kinky. Do y'all get a room together when you...
No. I already told you. The end of my driveway at 4 p.m. when everybody's coming home from work.
Oh,
my God.
Tony, Jesse said, I think the only one that can compete with Tony is Cletus.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, hey. Oh, by the way, the doctor just sent the chat and said apparently something happened with the super chat. He said, read my comment. Whatever the hell that means.
Well, here, fiddly diddly. Hey, Jesse, I appreciate that vote of confidence. Let me tell you now, if Tony Bologna wants to go up against old Cletus here, I'm going to line that son-bitch up in my fucking backyard. I'm going to line him up, his face up, just like I do my big Bronco pig. Let me tell you. Yes, sir. It's going to be a fun night. It's definitely going to be messy.
You know what? I would actually have time to go after Cletus, but I don't think Cletus has any time for me because he's going to be drowning in moonshine in his sister's ass. Sorry, I don't got time for any of that.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I haven't tried it. Thanks, man.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Doctor, what the hell's going on with you? What's with this super chat that I saw?
Tony, you do not need to give Cletus any more ideas.
No, I don't.
Well, Doggy Dog, let me see. Did I miss a few super chats? Hang on, I just got to catch up here. Let's see. The doctor earlier said American barbecue or pizza. I don't even know if we got to that one, but what's the answer to that one? American barbecue or pizza? Who likes what? I'd say American barbecue.
I like them both.
Tough choice. I like them both. How can you choose? Why choose?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why don't you put barbecue chicken on the pizza? Then you solve the problem.
How about you put Southern barbecue on a pizza? That's even better.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? Someone with Cletus's IQ, he'd probably put ribs with the bone still on it on top of the pizza and try to
eat it. and this I know because I've tried it. It's phenomenal.
With the bones?
Not with the bones.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were still going through the shower scene. I don't know what's going on.
No, shredded Southern barbecue on a pizza. It's fucking phenomenal.
Very nice.
All right. Before we read the next few super chats, any further thing for Tony Bologna before he gets out of here?
Doesn't sound like it. Doctor, you fucked up. I'll tell you that much, whatever your super chat meant, but I don't see any comment here. Okay, so guess what? We're going to have to save it for next week, okay? So listen, save your comment for next week. I guess we'll show up. But you know what? I'll be here. You'll be here. Titan, he might be here. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Maybe he's a little embarrassed from that loss today. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, it was a pleasure as always. So everybody, Tony Bologna signing off.
Oh man! All right,
it just took Tony so long to get on the show because he was removing the underwear off of the atomic, off his head from the atomic wedgie I gave him.
I'm actually not gonna lie. I had to piss so bad. It took like 3.5 minutes. I was just like, "Come on already!" It was that fucking tea I drank.
God damn.
We've all been there. We drank a little, Yeah.
Well. Let me just say, Tony Bologna was definitely in fine form tonight. Doggy Dog drops $1.99. Great show, guys. Love the new segment. And we do get down to the Doctor, who drops $5. My super chat is messing up. See my comment. Yeah,
and I couldn't find the comment.
I was looking too.
I was looking for the comment. I didn't see it.
Here's an idea, Doctor. Type it again. Use your PhD and type the goddamn thing again. We'll read it.
I was just telling him. I'm like, save the question for next week. Then I'll read it. We'll do it out. I'll do it as the first one.
Just type it in brown letters.
Yeah. Well, he's used to that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's very funny there because Glenn McLaughlin's in the chat. Just Cletus sounds like his parents and his brother and sister. Well, you don't know the saying: the closer the kin, the better the skin. Come on now.
I thought it was the closer kin, the deeper in. Come on now.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Another super chat rolled in. Noof.
That was brilliant. Dirt Griggity.
Dirt Griggity, that was brilliant for $5 in the super chat. Dirt Griggity, what's up? Cray Simmons, what's up? Pure Flack Monkey, guys, awesome. The fucking chat is rocking too, man. Crispy Bomb in the house, Dreadpool here, the fucking who's who, man. Love you guys, you're awesome. The original Next Level, Mike Mullis, he came out tonight. Great show the other night, Mike. Good shit, guys. Good stuff, man. All right, I think we got maybe one little more thing. We got all the segments out of the way. We're soon to close out the show here. Let me just see here. We've got a few topics. I don't know if Titan. Let's end on Titans. Titan dropped one earlier. We'll end on this one. CD Projekt Red has decided to reconsider Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer. Apparently, as well, they just put out a new patch, which hopefully remedies quite a few problems that still persisted with the game. To be honest, I haven't played Cyberpunk for a while. I know they talked about the multiplayer early on when they launched the game, saying it would come out at a later date. So, has the luster worn off, or would you still be excited if they brought it out, or is this kind of like a little too late? Maybe fix the game first kind of deal. How do you feel about it? Go ahead, Titan. Since it's your topic, you can have the first crack.
I'll just do a quick little first crack, and then I definitely want to come back after I hear a little bit of what you guys got to say. But so the patch is huge, right? It's like a short story in and of itself, pretty much. And the roadmap is all about fixing the game, right? It's like they got this patch to fix this and this one to fix this. Oh, this one's going to be really big to fix all these problems and so on and so forth. And now they're talking about dropping the multiplayer. Like, because from what I read, says they have another team working on the multiplayer. They don't know. It looks like a lot of questions are being arisen, right? Is that what you got from this? Because it looks to be like a lot of unknowns about the multiplayer, and they're not even sure what I got from this is they're not even sure if they want to even put it out there. And that's a huge misstep, because I mean, I don't know what you guys thought about what the multiplayer was going to be, but I was, in my head, I was thinking, like a new, basically GTA 5, and, maybe with some, differences here or there, but basically a newer GTA Online. What do you guys think about? New, if you got something to say?
Well, I'll just quickly say that if Cyberpunk had to come out and been all that we expected and hoped right out of the gate, and it wasn't bombarded with negative hype, negative press. I know Jago, you supported the game, played the hell out of it. And I like it too. Like, despite a few things here and there, like I still like the game. But I think there's a lot of negative press surrounding the game that's carried over, and I think that's really got the devs in a bad place, I guess you could say. And it probably has investors worried too, because no matter what, unless you've already got the multiplayer done, it's still a large investment to carry forward. And then you have to ask yourself, is those millions of dollars? Because potentially I would assume a multiplayer mode would probably take millions. It's certainly going to bring back either a new studio or part of your old, the people to do it. So it's going to take a lot of resources to do it well. And then they're probably asking herself, they're probably evaluating where the game is. By the time, perhaps when the next gen version actually comes out, they'll see if the game spikes in popularity. Perhaps all the patches make this game as good as we hope, and that there's enough momentum to sort of prove. Like, I think they have it on the table, but I don't think they're 100% convinced that they just want to go ahead and go all in, because if they invest so much money and multiplayer comes out and it's pretty much DOA within the first month, that's not a good look for them. And again, you have to say, like, at some point you got to cut your losses, and it's the money and resources better spent moving forward into whatever projects they're doing next, or you know what I mean? So personally, I don't care if Cyberpunk never has multiplayer. I could really give a shit. I like the game as it is, and I'm probably not going to play it regardless. I love Grand Theft Auto 5, but I don't care for the multiplayer for the most part. So that's just me.
Yeah. I'll tell you, well, the only thing that will probably get me back into it is the next gen patch. I almost wish I didn't beat it, because I definitely want to see that next gen patch. I want to see what it was meant, what their complete vision was, to take advantage of my, $500 box I got in the other room. And go ahead.
I could give a shit about the multiplayer, honestly. I just and kind of, I think this is where Titan was going. I want the vision that we were shown to in the fucking commercials. I want everything that we were shown. I want to experience their full vision. If they can't make it happen on older consoles, whatever. I don't even have a Series X yet, whatever. But when I get one, I would love to be able to dive back in it, because I think the first playthrough I did everything but buy every car. I was like, I ain't buying all these cars. I'm not gonna do all that. I bought the ones I want to buy, but I did every side mission, every whatever. Did everything I could do in that game. It was almost 100 hours. I loved it. Loved every minute of the goddamn game. But there was a lot of things that we were told were coming to the game that we weren't in the game. It did have issues. I didn't have a lot of issues. Being honest, but I just want their full vision that they showed us all those years ago of what the game was going to be. I want that in the game, and if that means they have to cancel the multiplayer, I'm fine with that. The only thing I would say,
but their multiplayer was a part of their vision.
I know. I got it. I know. But at the end of the day, a game like that, something like that, I'll say this, Titan, as a trade-off, if they could put like co-op in the game, not multiplayer, but some kind of like maybe two-person co-op. That if they want to do a trade-off like that, I'm fine with that. But bring me the full vision. Besides the random GTA like multiplayer, because that's what it would end up being. Let's be honest. Damn all that. Bring me like the full vision of the game, and if you want to do a trade off to because people would be salty about it, have some kind of like two-person co-op. And
no, sorry. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, you good. Go, man.
No. What I was going to say, as soon as you said the co-op, like an open world co-op, they can go like a Far Cry 5.
Yes.
So like you can actually, so some people would say like, hey, you know what, maybe there's it wouldn't work with the narrative of the story, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, it would, because if you actually played Far Cry 5 co-op, which I've done,
I have to.
When it gets to the story beats, right? When it gets to the story parts and it gets to the cinematics, it actually treats it as a single player thing. So you're both watching the cinematic on your separate screens.
Yes.
So like you could still have like, the interactions with Keanu Reeves and all that shit, whatever. And then as soon as you're done that, you're back out in the open world.
And Anthem did it too.
Oh, right. Yeah. And Anthem did the same thing. Right. Yeah.
I had this argument with Dealer and Colt Eastwood in the past, and we could not come to an agreement with this. And my thing was, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of energy to develop the multiplayer side of the game.
It does.
Yes.
And I guess we couldn't come to agreements on how much because I think they took for granted how much balancing and trial and error like actually goes into making a successful multiplayer aspect of a game. Like things have to be adjusted and scrutinized with like very with a fine-tooth comb, because if it's not balanced for everyone, if something, then no one's gonna play it. It's gonna be broken.
I'll say this right now: the last goddamn thing CD Projekt Red needs to be concentrating on right now is fucking multiplayer for the game. They need to get the game to closer to the original, the artist, the guy sitting there making the game, the artist in there programming for this game. They need to get it close as they can get to what they originally envisioned this game to be. What we saw on all the commercials, they got us hyped to start with. And like I said, if they want to do some kind of trade-off and knock it, because you're never going to make anybody happy. Somebody's going to be pissed off. But whatever. Make some kind of trade-off and say, look, multiplayer's not coming, but you can play the game co-op.
Well, they had to take such a detour with just fixing the single player aspect of it, right? And, so much to the point that this multiplayer is probably going to get scrapped. But let's also not forget, CD Projekt Red, they're not a multiplayer developer.
No, they're not.
That's
right. They've handed this multiplayer thing off to another team, and that I don't quite get. Like, how do they choose who to hand this off to, what team, and then when that team fails, what happens then? And this is like what we're left with. And like
that's going to be another fucking Crackdown 3 debacle. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, you're totally right. Like I said, it's and very rarely too with even great developers. A lot of the times we've seen how the multiplayer goes by the wayside. Even look at like Mass Effect. Remember when Mass Effect tried the multiplayer? Well, it was by far not terrible by any means, and it did have a small loyal following. It didn't light the world on fire, all that stuff. It was multiplayer, more of a co-op multiplayer. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? It's like unless you're an established multiplayer company, like obviously Call of Duty and all their studios are, and of course the guys at the Coalition, for Gears, because they've been doing it for a long time. It's hard to jump in. And especially, it's even harder now to jump in with multiplayer because our gaming platforms are dominated right now by this free-to-play stuff that's everywhere between Fortnite and Apex Legends and PUBG and Call of Duty Warzone.
I was going to say that news. They advertised this game how many years ago? 8-9 years ago. And I don't remember if the multiplayer was like when the first trailer we saw. I don't remember if they had said something about the multiplayer then. But the multiplayer the multiplayer was just, they saw all the success for all these games as a service, and CD Projekt Red was like, look, we've normally do single player games, but let's add a multiplayer in there. And the goddamn corporate suits in there were like, let's add a multiplayer part in there. Then we can monetize and make even more money on the game, because they saw how much hype this game had over all the years. I mean, didn't it sell 15 or how many copies did it sell? Jesus Christ.
They made their money back
13 million in the first couple of weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. And they thought the multiplayer was just going to be another hook. And we're bringing you multiplayer, so just wait for that. And they was like, well, this is another way we can monetize and make more money off the game. That's all it was.
Well, I said my piece on it. So, Mag, you got any thoughts about the multiplayer? You can care less or what?
The thing is, I read the article twice, and I didn't understand what the hell they were trying to say.
They were vague, weren't they?
They were vague as fuck.
It was so, exactly. It was so vague, and I'm like, what are you guys saying? Like, are you? But what I pulled from the article is that they're canceled it all entirely. That's what I got from that article, is that they've canceled it for now. And not for now, they canceled it, period. And then they're going to move on, and they said that they're going to explore multiplayer options for their future AAA games, which apparently they've already are in development of another AAA game right now. So that being the case, you've got obviously a large number of the team is working from home, by the way, is working on all the patches for Cyberpunk. You've got the majority of the team, I would imagine at this point, are working on the other AAA game, which is rumored to be set in the Witcher world, right? Without Geralt of Rivia, it'll be whoever. And that being the case, what what kind of team, what kind of dedication are they going to put into the multiplayer, which is obviously going to require a large amount, of manpower, right? So it's not going to work. So they canned it. This is what I'm getting from it. They canned it for now, and then they'll re-explore it in the future.
Yep,
and that's what I got. I read it a few times. That's all I got from it. Now,
Meg, the article was so bad. I read 3/4 way through it, and I started reading because I didn't learn a goddamn thing from reading the first 3/4 of it.
I swear it was like reading ancient Egyptian. I was like hieroglyphs. I'm like, what the fuck does this say?
That was like blah blah blah. I was literally hearing the teacher from Charlie Brown the whole time I was reading that goddamn article.
Exactly.
I'm like, what are they trying to tell me? Oh, that's right. They're not telling me shit.
Yeah, I think what I got from it is that they canceled it entirely, and then they're going to re-explore multiplayer in their other AAA games in the future. Now, as for me, I don't give a shit because I'm not going to play like for example, Grand Theft Auto 5. I played the multiplayer for 1 hour, and I said, "This is fucking bullshit." I didn't even know what it was so dumb. I played the intro.
Point?
Yeah, there was no point. And I played the intro, and I'm like, okay, it seems like a story. It's kind of cool. Like you show up from the airport, dude picks you up. You get like a place to stay or whatever. I'm like, all right, it's kind of like the game, and then all of a sudden that's it. Yeah, it just dropped you there, and I'm like, all right, so what the fuck do I do now? Just wander around and waiting for jerk off 426.9 to shoot me with a fucking Uzi just because I'm standing on the street corner,
like a dumbass.
You know what I'm saying? Like fuck, man. Yeah. So I'm like, this is stupid. If I got to play multiplayer, I'll play competitive, Call of Duty, Halo, that kind of shit. I'm not going to play that. And, I'll play co-op, though. Like, I like the idea of co-op.
Yes.
That's a great idea because you can play the story mode.
And let's be honest, we even saw Art talking about that before Cyberpunk came out, the multiplayer was going to be a Grand Theft Auto-esque type of thing. People
and that requires a lot of work.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of work to do on the main game. They don't have the resources to deal with.
And they don't need to divert any resources to that bullshit.
No, and they're not going to.
I got the same feeling you did, Mag, but it also seemed like, they're just taking this multiplayer project and kind of like taking the lessons learned from the development. They're pretty much scrapping the project, taking the lessons they learned from it and putting it, like we said, to future use. But when we say future use, that's like future games, not Cyberpunk 2077.
No, they canceled. I'm telling you, they canceled the Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer, and they said they will apply it to future AAA titles. He did say that, and they are currently deep in development on a AAA title as we speak.
That's what I got from Article 2.
Now they've already been. Yeah, they've already been working on this other AAA title for, I believe, 18 months to 2 years now. Yeah. Okay, this new title that they've been working on. So I think that they may re-explore it, but if it's something that requires way too much effort and it doesn't have the same success rate as like a Grand Theft Auto 5, regardless of how I personally feel about it, but I'm saying if they don't have that kind of success, that's a lot of waste of money, and they don't need any more bad PR right now. So the best thing they could do is focus on releasing another AAA absolute fucking banger right out the gate. That's what they got to concentrate on, and that will wash away any bad taste that anybody's had with the release of this game. Now, me personally, I haven't had a problem with the game. I know I spoke to the doctor, behind the scenes there. He played the game. He never experienced any problems.
I didn't either.
Only thing I saw was a hooker walk through my car. Literally walk through the car like a fucking ghost. Like she was like Nightcrawler from X-Men. She just went whoosh, like right through the car, came out the other side. And I was like, oh, okay, that's some magic pussy right there. But okay.
I got booted back to the home screen or back to the Xbox home screen maybe 3 or 4 times. I
got none of that.
And then that ain't shit. As many hours I put into it, and then I did see a female NPC pissing like she had a penis. Yeah, and I did. I recorded.
Well, in this day and age, you just don't know, right? So you never know.
No, the thing is that NPC was probably a dude dressed as a woman.
You never know.
Titan. By the way, Titan, I love that that chat up there for a while there because I didn't know if you read it or not. But Infinite said every time Titan Drago starts getting excited, my notification for my headphones being up too loud goes off.
You know that someone else put that in the chat during one of Boom's shows I was on. And he said in the chat, he was listening to the show in bed with his headphones on, and I was really pissed about something on the show. And I said that his wife woke up. I woke her up through the headphones, and she's like, bastard. Who the fuck? And she turned around, she goes, who the hell is that screaming in the microphone?
Oh my god. Anyways. Crayson says, you guys going late? Well, no, we're pretty much wrapping her up right now, my friend. It's always about 2 hours, 2 hours to 20 minutes with this crazy crew, but we should let everybody get out of here. I think there's not much more to say on this matter. Like I said, overall, I think, if they come out with the multiplayer, there will be a collective group that will definitely probably like it and enjoy it. But again, like I said, right now, multiplayer is risky because there's just so many people fighting for that multiplayer space, and right now they're all having trouble against any of the free-to-play stuff. I mean, if you go to Twitch right now, it's just fucking dominated by the same shit, fucking the same Minecraft, Fortnite, PUBG, Call of Duty Warzone, League of Legends. It's the same fucking shit. Just drives me bonkers.
I'd much rather them give us, like, I don't give a fuck if it's free or paid for. Because if it's paid for, I'll buy it. Just give us great DLC. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that.
Amen. All right. Well, like I said, guys, the chat has been absolutely fire tonight. I got to say, I don't know what it is. And I said it in the chat. I said, every time Jago comes on this podcast, we always end up having probably one of our most epic shows. I don't know. It just completely gets nuts up in here. I said it was going to be fire.
I am the ultimate ninja. Come on now. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, Jago's all about the shower scenes. So there we go. We got that going. Oh, fuck. Love the new segment, Titan. I think it worked pretty well tonight, obviously. And like I said, everybody was in fine form. So, guys, we're going to let everybody get out of here. I want to thank Invader Gaming for coming out. I hope you caught him at the first part of the show. We are really sorry that Glitcher couldn't make it. He sent me a message, and he did say something came up. I hope everything's okay. In the meantime, Glitch, we hope you can come on sometime, man, because we miss you big time, and we'd love to have you on. He's a great dude, man, and like I said, so hopefully at some point we do get him on here. But in the meantime, Jago, my friend, thank you for being here. Like I said, I know it's a long day for you between work, Retro Renegades, and of course this podcast. So let everybody know, man, where they can check out your content and keep up what's happening, brother.
Oh, man, Doctor said I was fired, or give me the big old whatever in the chat. Thank you, Doctor.
He's giving you the strong arm.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, man, I work my ass off. Anybody knows I do construction. I fucking bust my ass. I mean, before I came on here, I was almost passed out in the fucking chair once I got off Retro Renegade. So I was like, oh, no, I can't. I ain't missing Luke's show because Luke's hit me up. It's like, Luke's going to be on. We're going to have like a mini Game Dosage reunion. Yeah, I'm down because it's been almost a year since I've been on your show, man. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the invite. Last year when we had Mag on Retro Renegades, I was out of town and I got like 15 minutes to hang out with Mag. So that was another reason I jumped on here.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't been on the show in a while.
And Titan, I love you, brother. You're always awesome. Bring the comment back to sense, damn it. But yeah, man, the chat was on fire tonight. I'm not on Twitter much during the day because I ain't got fucking time, dude. Really, I try, but I work with my hands, damn it. But you can find me on Retro Renegades every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. with the Graphic God and Crispy Bomb and Infinite, and we had Sick and Lemon on, and we had Clowns on tonight. You get an invite to our show. We don't care, man. It's like you're always welcome. As long as you're not a douchebag, you can always come back. Yeah, we're easygoing people. But other than that, I don't do a lot of shows anymore. I used to be a podcast whore back in the day, but I'm getting old, and I like to sleep. But yeah, other than that, Xbox Live, and the same name, same avatar. And Jago Kuken, you can find me on Twitter at Jago Kuken, at Jago Kuken at Retro Renegades, and Instagram.
There you go,
same
people.
name.
There you go. Follow the ninja, Jago Kuken. No, Titan, somebody here wants to say something.
What the fuck was that? Bobcat Goldway?
No, that was just Titan talking. That wasn't me.
The words out of my mouth, man. I hope you guys understand a couple more words than that when I talk.
Oh my God.
Titan Drago. Let's get over to Mag. Mag, where can people check you out, brother?
Yes.
You're always a busy man these days.
Yes, well, yes, you can find me here, obviously, every Tuesday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, with Noof Nukem, Titan Drago, and guests on Gaming After Dark. You could follow me on Twitter at The Middle Age Game Guy. That's with a GY at the end. And by the way, I am 5 away from 1,000 people. I just started this podcast game, so please, if anybody's listening to this, give me those 5 follows. That's all I'm looking for. But anyways, other than that, you can find me on the Xbox Series X and on the PlayStation 5 at all one words, all capitals, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. That's right. You can follow me there. Monday evenings, you can find me 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Mr. Boomstick XL and friends on Primetime Gaming. And guys, it was a pleasure as always. Jago Kuken, you're fucking awesome. And of course, to Invader Gaming, thank you for making the show. Titan, you're awesome. Noof, you're awesome. Chat, you guys are family. We guys love you, and I can't wait for next week. Everybody, have a great night. Have a great week.
Yeah, Assassin Lupa, thanks for coming out, girl. I hope everything is well. Good to see you in the chat, indeed. Yes, and yeah, we got another funny name in the chat too. Showed up here earlier. I guess you could say he popped in. It's Papa Woody. Love the name.
Papa Woody.
Yeah, Papa Woody. That's great. We got some great people here tonight. And finally, but last but not least, it is the man who brings that common back to sense, and I'm sure he's got his award lined up for tonight. Titan, where can people find you, and who wins this week's recipients?
Yeah, I was worried that your other voice was like giving me my outro and I fumbled it or something. But anyways, we all need to be more like the Assassin Lupa, which this award is probably long past due because Lupa is always in the chat spitting facts and being an awesome community member. So thank you for being an awesome person, Assassin Lupa, and keep bringing the common back to sense.
Nice.
There you have it. That's a wrap on another podcast. So you guys know where to find me. It is Noof Nukem. Pretty much everywhere you go. Keep in touch. Another community game night coming at us this Saturday night. It's a long weekend for me, so I'm excited to get in and play some games.
So do some Titanfall.
Yeah, that could be the one. That's always a popular choice. We get good turnouts for that one. Would love to see you there too, Jago. So I'll try to come up with some games.
I actually played with look, sometimes I'm asleep, sometimes I forget, but I actually had a chance. I did jump into Tushies, and then you were playing, and I was like, the wife was like, "Give me this stink eye," and I could not jump. Well, you were playing Black Call of Duty too. I was like, or something. I was like,
Well, he was doing because he I started the community game night stuff, but his overlaps into mine, right? Because I do the North American edition on my time zone. So I think they were still wrapping it up. I was doing that one. So just tried something different. I wanted to go back and do some old school stuff. So anyway, keep an eye out. We'll be doing some more games this weekend. It is the Easter weekend, I do believe. All that good stuff. And don't forget, guys, May 2nd is coming up real quick. If you aren't aware, I am starting up another podcast. Like I said, it'll be more of the PG rated style. But it's going to be a good podcast. I think I got a great crew, or at least I hope I got a great crew assembled, and we look forward to seeing you there on Sunday mornings, which will basically kick off at 9 Eastern, 7 Mountain Time. Yeah, it's going to be an early one. So for those people on the other side of the pond, they'll have a chance to listen in. Where Game After Dark is kind of late, and we lose a lot of people because of the lateness, but that's okay. And tonight, guys, thanks for all the thumbs up and the likes. We had 3 thumbs down overall. Not bad, not a bad quota. And we hope that you certainly, if nothing else, you came and had a good time and had a good laugh. Because honestly, if you don't get at least one laugh out of this fucking podcast, you better check your fibula, because I think you're fucking dead somewhere. So, yeah.
That's
all right. But yeah, this is a great one. This might be one of the best podcasts we've had in a long time. But anyway, I'm going to let everybody get going. It is getting late. Take care of yourselves, everybody. We'll see you all again soon. Thanks for the love. Catch you next Tuesday.
Be good, peeps.